I appreciate it, everybody. If you're just getting in, please repost the live and share out the live. Thanks to Survey for that, man. All right, if you're just getting in, please spam the likes. Hold your finger down the host box. It's going to pop up a menu. Please share out the live and repost the live. Hello, Jennifer. What's going on? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's all spam the likes, guys. Let's all spam the likes. Hold your finger down the host box. Guys, if you want to support me, go to the link in my bio. It's the first time I've ever actually asked for donations and stuff, so greatly appreciated. If you like my work, please consider sending a donation. But yeah, I do this a lot and I don't get anything for it, so why not? I do this because it's the truth. I do genuinely do this to wake people up and to show them that they're the center of the entire universe and they live in a level topographical plane that was created by God, and you're created by God in His image. So that's the truth of it. That's why I'm doing it. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, truth should definitely be free. That's why I'm on here for free. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Yes. Because it can't really be flat, because look at mountains. Mountains are not flat, you see? Like they go up and they go down. So
obviously,
Earth,
yeah, that's why I say it's a level topographical plane. So it's a flat plane with topography.
yeah, but I never seen it, you see? I never seen it.
You've only seen a flat Earth. That's all you've ever seen.
No, because look, I mean, yes, from this point of view, I'm here down, I only have 1.86 m. But we've seen some nice CGI, from NASA. And like, there is nothing as such created by the Earth people, you see? There's not like, you can argue that it's like CGI.
Did you just say you've seen nice CGI from NASA?
Yeah, I'm going like, I just said what you're going to say after, but like, even if you argue that this CGI, at least we have it, we can see that CGI. I mean, from a Earth flat community, we don't see a Earth flat CGI.
Thank you. So do you have any evidence that the Earth's a globe without invoking CGI?
I mean, the photos by NASA.
You just said they're CGI.
Because I don't believe it's CGI. I know that's what you believe.
Oh, so okay, great. Yeah, so there's photos of a globe from an outer space vacuum that violates natural laws that you believe in. Do you have any evidence of the Earth being a globe that's more than just a photo? Because I can show you a photo of Bigfoot. So,
can you show me a photo from the Earth's flat?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't see it.
Wrong thing. Yeah, here it is.
No, like the whole of it, not only a part, the whole of it.
That's the straw man. We can't go up high enough to see all of the Earth. So there you go.
Okay, so
that was a photo of flat Earth. Now, do you have any evidence?
Okay. Can you explain why the pilots of how do I say it? Not spaceship. No, the photo you just showed. There's a plane there. Yeah, the pilots of planes. Why are they taught to drive in a certain way, taking into consideration the rotation of the planet?
That's actually they teach them to treat the Earth as flat and stationary. They never adjust for curvature and they never adjust for Earth rotation, ever.
And they never do it.
Nope. Every pilot I've ever debated proves a flat Earth because they never do that.
Okay, and to be honest, you have the arguments with you, and I'm not as intelligent as I like to think. So this is my last question: what do these people gain from us believing the Earth is a globe and not flat? What do they gain with it?
They gain control, and they gain your mind, and they gain money, and they gain power.
So if Dirty's comeback from Romania, like I am, believes the Earth is a globe and not flat, they gained my control over my mind, and that's something that
what do you think government means? It means to govern the mind. So they've taught you that, they've told you that you live in a speck of a universe came from nothing, evolved from a monkey, and that there's no God and that there's no afterlife and this is all meaningless and we're nothing. So yeah, if you want to go ahead
and
and believe that, but the opposite to that is true.
and
We
they,
actually we live in the center of the entire universe. Even according to modern cosmology now, they admit that yeah, it could be we are in the center, but they call that an illusion. So if we're in the center of the entire universe, enclosed in an Earth that was designed, then automatically God is real. So yeah, God is
okay,
definitely real, and we are
okay,
created.
but do you believe in all the other planets or not?
Yeah. Other planets are lights in the sky used to tell time.
Also, the planets are like different lights from the stars because they're not stars, but
They're
they're
called wandering stars. They used to be called wandering stars because they're just a star that moves in a cyclical pattern above the Earth.
they are just different stars, so to say.
Yep. Yep. That's all they are.
Okay, okay, so there are no planets like they're stars.
We are the only terra firma. We are the only land there is. We are the center of everything.
Okay, and the stars, what are they according
Oh,
to
I don't know.
flat
They're
earthers?
definitely, I know what I know what they're definitely not. They're definitely not gas in a vacuum, violating the second law of thermodynamics and all the gas laws. They're definitely not a gas in a vacuum.
Okay, so according to you, stars are not like the sun, so they are different, yeah?
Yeah.
And what are they?
You know how you see a star twinkle?
Why?
No, you know how you see it? The stars look like they're twinkling. Do you see that? You know that?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Do you see the star? Do you see the sun twinkle?
Yeah, but from my perspective, the sun is much closer, so it doesn't work the same.
So, so why doesn't it twinkle? It's still far out beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Why wouldn't it twinkle? Why doesn't it go like this and twinkle?
Because it's much closer to us,
So
and we believe the stars twinkle because there's some interference in the light coming, I think. I don't know.
right, because it's outside the atmosphere, right?
And they're much farther.
Right. So if the sun's outside the atmosphere, the same as a star, why doesn't it twinkle?
Wait, they just they are outside of the atmosphere. Yeah, that's true of both of them. But the sun is much closer. That's the argument.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool story.
but
Cool story, bro.
okay, I'm really just trying to understand. I came in good faith, to be honest. Look, the stars, yeah, they are. Where are they? Are they farther than the sun, or are they at the same place as the sun? Like,
I would say they're relatively equidistant. Or sun, moon, and stars are relatively equidistant from the Earth.
so to say, they are like in the same distance from the
Let me
sun.
ask you. Let me ask you a question. Right. Let's say
Yeah.
we have a roundabout with a tree in the middle, and we have mountains all the way around the roundabout, 10 miles away. Let's say we drive around the roundabout in a circle. Are we going to see the trees move faster than the mountains in the distance, 10 miles away?
Of course,
Oh, so if the sun's closer to the star than the stars, why does the stars move faster?
the stars move faster than the sun.
The stars move faster than the sun. A sidereal day is 23 hours and 56 minutes. The sun takes 24 hours to do a rotation. So the stars move faster than the sun.
Is
So
that really true?
how are the stars further away? If you just agreed with me, the mountains would move slower because they're further away. Why don't the stars move slower than the sun if they're further?
Okay, okay. To be honest, the Earth might be flat, from what I
Hey,
understood.
yeah, that's now we're talking. Now we're talking.
I the only thing, every explanation you gave me, even about the mountains, was good, and the other thing was also good. But the only thing that really keeps me going a bit is, I just don't see a very good reason for the people lying to us, because
Well,
before like in the time of Galileo, uh, people were Christian at that time. So even Rome was Christian, and everyone in Europe was basically Christian. Why would they lie about the Earth not being flat
because
and being a
the
globe?
people
I
who
don't
run
understand.
the people who run the world, like Copernicus. Well, Copernicus was like a priest, right, for the Roman Catholic Church, and they're basically the people that run the world are basically Satanists, in my opinion. They don't want you to know that God is real. They don't want you. They want you to think that you came from nothing and that you're not important when you are important. So
Even
if I
even though.
let's say if I wanted to gain power over you, knowledge is power. If I could control you in such a way that you think that you are on a ball in an ever expanding universe and there's nowhere else to go, and you're stationed next to a vacuum, and one day a collision could happen on the Earth and we all get killed. Does that really mean anything to anyone? Does that control you, right? That obviously controls you. What if we go south and there's just more lands?
No, but look, for me, you told me it controls me. No, because I believe in my Lord Jesus Christ, and even if the Earth is a globe and we are in a infinite universe,
Listen,
for me it doesn't matter because I believe my God created everything of that. So it doesn't really control
thank
me.
you. Watch this. Watch this. You know, Jesus was a flat earther.
Why? Why? Because he says that he extended the Earth and so on, or what?
You think the Bible teaches that the Earth is a globe that's spinning and moving?
No, but I also don't believe the Bible is a book of science. I believe it's a
Yeah, it
book.
absolutely is a book of science. Watch this.
I don't.
Do
I
you know
don't.
what? Do you know what sono? Do you know what sonoluminescence is?
What?
But sonoluminescence is when you get a jar of water and you put sound waves into the water and it creates light.
You put sound waves into the water and it creates light.
Yeah. So watch this. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved above the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." God used sound waves from his mouth, or his voice, into the water that was already there, and he created light. That's sonoluminescence in the first three verses of the Bible.
No, no.
It's,
Wait. We are not going to interpret the Bible on how we want to interpret it. When it says that God created with His words, that's not saying. That's not saying that his words and the vocals of it got to the water and created
but if you,
bioluminescence.
but I
No,
know that.
wait. Let me just finish. We believe that Jesus is the God, the Word of God. So we
Okay,
believe that when it says that with His Word He created everything, we
thank you.
believe that it's
It's
representing
hang
Jesus
on,
in
hang
that
on.
sentence.
Is words sound?
Our words sound.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, yes.
Okay, and if you put sound waves into water, you create light.
Okay,
That's
did it
called
say? Okay,
sonoluminescence.
does in the verse say that
Listen, I'm not getting
his
into it.
words? Okay,
Listen.
of course,
I'm not.
because you are
Stop.
going too far.
All right, thank you. I'm going too far, but okay. Well, so the Bible doesn't claim it's moving or spinning in a globe, but you're not going too far doing that. But me saying that the sonoluminescence of the first three verses is going too far. Okay, well, anyway, you can believe what you want. There's no indication of the Earth being a globe that's curved at inches per mile squared. We live in an enclosed system because we are breathing gas. High pressure gas requires a container. A vacuum requires a container. Either way you look at it, the Earth's enclosed by the firmament. We don't move. We are living in the center of the universe. So, and that's it. So, do you want
Okay.
to provide evidence for a globe, or we don't?
To be honest, it was very good speaking with you. I like talking. It was respectful, and I just want to say I understand your point of view about they trying to take us away
Hey,
from God,
one
the
more thing.
Creator.
One more thing. Who runs the Earth according to the Bible, besides God?
Who is the king of this world? I believe it says that the king of this world is Satan.
Oh, and does Satan deceive the whole world?
What?
Does Satan deceive the whole world according to the Bible?
Yes, he's the greatest deceiver. That's
Thank
true.
you. So what he did was he went to Genesis and he attacked God's creation and told you it made itself.
Look, I still believe in God and Jesus, and I really respect you. Have a very nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. How do I?
I'll drop you. All good. All right, let's move on. Wing guest. Wing guest. Bit of cognitive dissonance there, but there always is. All right. All right, I'm looking for opposition fudge. I can't bring you up right now, but yeah, appreciate you, man. Yo, do you believe the globe?
Good morning, brother. It's me again, Asset 111. Hey, I just wanted to say you're doing a great job, and I've been using your bring me some helium thing. It's been working, bro. There's a lot of things I use from you. I'm not gonna say I don't because I watch every one of your lives. I watch everything. You're a very good inspiration, man. I love you. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, brother. Take care. Yeah, appreciate it. The second they put something into a container, you just say, well, thank you for proving the firmament.
Angels, what's up, bro? Hey, it'll be quick. Love the page. Hey, I'm wondering if we talked about how the pilots use a flat map of Earth when they're navigating the sky. How does it work if it's flat? If you're in California, you would fly west to get to Asia. If you were in New York, you would fly the opposite way.
Yeah, because east and west are circles. So because the compass always points north, right? Let's imagine this is your house. Your house is a giant magnet, and you have a real compass, and you stand away and you walk around the block. If you want to travel west or east, you're traveling 90 degrees relative to north. And because the compass always points north, it's going to be correcting. You have to do a big circle around your neighborhood, and you're back where you started. So I've got a real demonstration of this, right? So you get a flat Earth, you get a magnet, and if you want to travel east and west, you have to turn. You see?
Yeah.
East and west are circles. They're not straight lines.
That makes sense. Thanks, man. That's all I was wondering. I'm gonna hop off.
No worries. Take it. Yeah. Yo, what's up? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
No.
You're a flat Earth?
Yeah, definitely. Not a flat earther. The Earth is round.
Okay, so you are a globe Earth believer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, without begging the question, do you have any evidence for that, or you want to ask me a question? Or...
I mean, what's your evidence?
Okay, well, plenty. All of aviation treats the Earth as flat and stationary. There's never any curvature adjustment or Coriolis adjustment, meaning they treat the Earth flat and stationary. They'd never fly like it's a globe.
They don't have to do that.
Yeah, on a flat Earth, they would need to do that. Absolutely.
No, they wouldn't.
So on
They don't have to adjust for anything. That's not how that works.
It would be on a flat Earth, yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Would you need to
Bro,
adjust?
no. Look, if we're on a flat Earth and the sun is up in the sky, right? Like it's up in the sky. How come it goes over the horizon? What the fuck is that?
Before we get into the sunset, which is day one argument, it's easy. On a flat Earth, you wouldn't adjust for curvature, would you?
You don't have to adjust for curvature. Like, I don't know where you're coming up with that.
If it was flat, you wouldn't adjust for curvature, right?
You don't have to do that.
No, I'm asking you, on a flat Earth, you wouldn't.
As a pilot, you don't have to do that. I don't know where you're coming up with that.
I'm saying, on a flat Earth, you wouldn't adjust for curvature, correct?
You don't have to do that on a round Earth. Like, I keep saying that.
Yes, you would.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, watch this.
I know you might. I understand you might think that, but that's not how things work.
All right, well, let's have a look at it then. So, according to your globe paradigm, the Earth is curving down and away on a tangent, 66 feet every 10 miles. Do you agree
That
with
does not mean a pilot has to adjust. Okay.
Okay.
You're just you're extrapolating stuff and making stuff up. Like that's what you're doing.
No,
that's what a lot of you guys do.
Yeah, you guys. Okay. Hey, here, watch this.
The flat earthers.
Is the Earth doing this?
Look, man, that model that somebody made up doesn't mean shit. Okay.
No, I'm asking you. Does the Earth curve down and away from the plane?
Sure it does.
Why didn't they adjust?
Down and away from the plane. See, your wordage there. That's not right.
How come when they're in the plane they don't adjust for that? They don't see that happening.
Because they don't have to. Gravity keeps you doing that, dude.
Oh, so now wait. So now you're saying gravity?
Yeah. No, you ain't got nothing. I promise you. You don't.
So now gravity is doing something that you're saying they don't do. So now it does happen now. Gravity's doing it. So you're saying so now they do curve around the globe. Gravity does it. Is that your claim? Righty. Yeah. Sorry, but the attitude indicator in the plane maintains rigidity in space, and if you were going around a globe and curving, it would show up on the attitude indicator, which doesn't happen. So, by the way, and you would need to change the plane's orientation and nose down relative to the horizon that's dropping down and away, and that never happens either. So, do they fly like this? Because I'm confused, man. If they never drop the nose down, eventually you're going to be doing this and facing away from the Earth. That doesn't happen in reality. They're flying straight over a flat Earth.
Hey, your point doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Let's go back to
it doesn't. So on a
it
flat
really
Earth,
doesn't.
listen.
It doesn't. Let's go back to what I was.
Listen, calm down. So I want you to acknowledge. I know it's hard, but just acknowledge. On a flat Earth, you would not need to adjust for curvature on a flat Earth, correct? Because you can bend over backwards and make yourself into a pretzel and tell me why it actually does fly around a globe, but it's not actually. They don't need to do that. But on a flat Earth, you wouldn't need to do that, right? Correct? Unmute.
Is your sun in your flat Earth model in the sky?
Before we go to the sun, concede on the last point that on a flat Earth you would not need to adjust for curvature. And acknowledge it.
Bro, you're dumb. That's just stupid.
So on a flat Earth you would adjust for curvature? Would you adjust for curvature on a flat Earth?
Is the sun in the sky on a flat Earth?
I want you to acknowledge the last point before we move on. I'm not doing it.
It's dumb.
No. What's this? On a flat Earth, would you adjust for curvature?
No.
Thank you.
You don't do it on a fucking round Earth either. Your point isn't valid. You don't have a valid point. That's what I keep trying to tell you. So I've acknowledged your side.
Yeah.
Is the sun in the sky? Is the sun up in the sky on your flat Earth model?
On a flat Earth, you wouldn't adjust for curvature, and they don't adjust for curvature.
Okay, look, whatever. You're right. Let's move on. Okay. On a flat Earth, is your sun up in the sky?
Correct.
Okay, so where is it going at night? How's it going over the horizon if we're on a flat Earth? You should just be able to see it all the time.
No problem. Here, let me show you.
How's it going behind the horizon if we're on a flat Earth and the sun is in the sky?
I got you. It's a day one argument. Don't worry.
How high is the sun? How high is the sun up?
Wait. I thought I was telling you where it goes first.
It's going over the horizon, which means we're on a planet.
Beyond the horizon. So
on
this,
what the horizon?
The horizon is an apparent location where the sky meets the Earth's surface. So I've overlaid a hallway on top of the ocean here. You can see both.
The sun is in the sky. How high is the sun up?
And it ramps down.
How high is the sun up? How high is the sun up?
Create a horizon that is all at towards eye level. So the ground ramps up towards eye level, the sky ramps down towards eye level, creating the horizon, which is the vanishing point. So when something is above you on a flat surface and it goes away from you, it appears to drop due to perspective. So eventually the sun intercepts the horizon, which, by the way, it doesn't always do that. Sometimes the sun sets above the horizon, but most of the time it will intercept the horizon and go beyond it, not below it. So if you overlay and if you actually watch the sun in the sky, if you watch the sun during a time,
how high up is the sun in the sky?
You'll actually see that it can shrink into a dot and set above the horizon at times. And also, when you overlay those two things, the sun sets due to perspective, just like I showed you on the hallway. Now, the moon actually does the same thing. The moon, if from elevation, can actually also set above the horizon and shrink into a dot, which is impossible on your globe, because if you're claiming it's going below the horizon, then it would never shrink into a dot above the horizon.
How high is the sun in your flat Earth model?
Fades in above the horizon also. So have I answered?
How high up is the sun in your flat Earth model?
Let me just, before we go to how high, do you agree that a sun and moon can set above the on the flat Earth now?
No. I'm not a flat earther. You can't convert me.
So these street lights on screen, are they setting beyond the road?
No, they're not. It only looks that way.
So it looks that way, so they are doing that.
No, dude, that street light is what, like 14, 15 feet off the fucking ground?
Right. So
how high is the sun? How high is the sun, dude?
Are the street lights below the road here?
No. How high is the sun?
So then do you agree that when something goes away from you, it can set due to perspective?
Absolutely not. How high is the sun?
Are these street lights setting due to perspective?
No. It might look that way, but if you start...
No. Oh, okay. Could have fooled me. Yeah, you're starting to melt, bud, so it's not going to get anywhere. I know it's hard. Cognitive dissonance kicks in real bad, I know. But sadly, you're bringing up day one arguments and you have no clue about the subject. It's not worth talking to you if you're going to melt constantly. So, how high is the sun? I don't know. I never measured it. There. Yeah, Little. Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
No, I don't. I'm a flat earther, but I know this is the opposition only, but I do want to say one thing, please.
Quick.
All right. Attitude gyroscopes. I understand you know how they work, but the reference point when the airplane starts up on the tarmac at 28 volts VDC, it always references that startup point. It never references when they move over the globe. So if the Earth was a globe, it would roll backwards.
Thank you. Welcome to
Thank
Flat.
you.
Welcome to Flat. Hey, that's exactly what happens. They calibrate the gyro on the initial runway. So if it's always referencing that point on that initial runway and you're curving around a ball, it would change your orientation. And it doesn't do that. Welcome to Flat Earth. You flew a straight line. How high is the sun? No, it wouldn't set. Brad, what's up, man? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
No, I apologize. I see it's opposition only. I was just going to say that if the plane was flying just above the Earth's surface, would it not take a lot more fuel and a lot more time to fly on a globe because you're
I got to let you go, but I agree. Yeah. So if you're going really, really high up on a globe, you're increasing the radius value, which means you're traveling further. Correct. And that doesn't get taken into account. I agree, man. Well, yeah, that is true. Diva,
Hello.
what's up? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
How old are you?
What?
How
What?
old are you? Okay, goodbye. Yo. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, do you reckon you could turn down the TV? Are you a globe Earth believer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you believe the Earth's a globe?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any evidence of the globe without begging the question? Okay. Have you calmed down? But I'm only going to talk to you if you've calmed down. Have you calmed down?
Dude, I'm not the one freaking out. You just weren't listening, and then you booted me.
Yeah, you were literally freaking out.
It's not a two-way conversation, obviously.
Okay, so the streetlight's obviously set then, right?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna ask my audience. Okay, but let's see what they say. All right.
Are your audiences experts or something? Like, for real?
Doesn't need an expert to answer this. Hey guys in chat, right? Are these streetlights setting? Are these streetlights appearing to set? Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yes. Are these streetlights appearing to set, guys? Yes or no? Yes.
Okay, my answer is no. Can we go on?
Your answer is no.
Let's go on. We're having the
look.
conversation. My answer is no.
Look,
Accept it. Let's move on.
Are these sun? Is this sun's appearing to set?
Yes, because that's exactly
Are these
what's going on
streetlights
the
appearing
globe.
to set?
That's not. Those aren't arcing.
So
That's a straight line.
do these look?
It's a straight line.
Does it look like it's getting lower in the distance?
By point of view, yes, but they're actually not.
Is the sun getting lower in the distance?
From your point of view, but it's actually not either.
Just like the streetlights.
Not just like the streetlights. Okay, why? Hold on. Let's back it up. Why are the streetlights setting like you're saying? Why would that be happening? Would it be because of a curvature?
due to perspective.
Perspective. Okay, so your perspective. So how high is the sun up? I mean, how low is it then for this to happen?
I don't know how I've never measured the sun's apparent location.
Because nobody can, like within the flat Earth type of model, because it's not actually that low. It's like millions of miles away. We know this
What's your evidence that it's millions of miles away?
because it's been measured
How was it measured? You know,
with
go ahead.
devices I can't afford.
You know what's funny? Do you know what's funny is I know your globe better than you, and I know for a fact that it wasn't measured. So please tell me how it was measured.
Where do you live?
Doesn't matter. How was it measured?
No, I mean, are you in the southern? Are you in like Australia or like where are you at?
I thought you made a positive claim about the sun being 93 million miles away.
It is. It totally is because
How do you know that?
pretty big. Been off a whole lot of heat. You know.
How do you know how far away it is?
I mean, do I know how? Do I have the ability to measure this myself? No, I don't.
And how was it measured then? Why'd you make a positive claim how far away it is then?
Because they've used lasers and telescopes to do that.
Laser.
I can look it up. I can look that up real quick.
A laser bounced off the sun.
Yeah, I'll just use my tablet. I'll just use my tablet right here, right quick. So
Google it on the spot now.
I'm going to use Google like you probably like to use.
So it's going to say Aristarchus. It's going to say Aristarchus measured it using geometry, and it's all assumptions.
Okay, the sun is an average of 93 million miles away, 149.6 kilometers away from the Earth. This was fundamental distance is known as astronomer unit, blah blah blah. AU. Sunlight, roughly 8 minutes. 20 seconds. Travel. Blah, 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 blah.
How was it measured?
Getting there. How did they measure that? I mean, I've never actually, looked this up, so because I shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to.
Well, hey, since you know so much about the subject, how did they do it? How did they supposedly say?
They claimed they claimed to see the transit of Venus, and then they did triangulation. How did they get Venus's distance? Or Saturn? I think it was Saturn. Saturn or Venus, one of them. How did they get the distance to Saturn or Venus?
Okay, in the mid 20th century, scientists refined the math.
Did they assume that distance to Venus?
They used radars, dude.
Radar doesn't, according to your own paradigm, if you were to send radar on the sun, it wouldn't bounce back a signal.
So they used radars to do it, so that's cool.
Radar doesn't
I'll give that. Sure it does. They can actually time how fast the pulse takes to come back because it travels at the speed of light.
You're doing this thing where you're melting again, but that's why I kicked you last time, because you're losing it and you're doing it again. Radar does not bounce off the sun according... he's gone. Cognitive distance, man. Let me just AI Google everything that you're claiming, because I have no idea, but I'm going to make a positive claim about it. Wesley, what's up? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Well, I was actually commenting on that guy because he was terrible at it. It's easy to measure the sun. He didn't need to ask you. It's what kind of light they say it puts off. Just think about it. If the sun was so far away that by it being night and day, supposedly, the light that the sun would put off would completely encapsulate the Earth if it were so far away, because it's just a light source. It's not how you say like a flashlight where you have it zoomed in on something. It wouldn't be possible to be night if the sun was 93 million miles away, because the light it puts off is not a spotlight. There would be no shadow. Is what I'm saying. If the Earth was not flat,
but just saying there wouldn't be nighttime is not how they measure.
So it's local. You don't get an exact number. It's just saying that the sun is not in. Yeah.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Because the fact that it becomes nighttime, not how they measured the sun's distance. How did they measure the sun?
I'm
waiting for nighttime to come.
I'm saying that it wouldn't.
Waiting for nighttime to come is not measuring the sun's distance. So waiting for nighttime to happen by the sun appearing to set has nothing to do with them measuring the sun's distance. How does waiting for nighttime give you a measurement in kilometers or miles? 93 million miles. How does waiting for nighttime translate to 93 million miles? Can you answer that? Unmute. You have to unmute. The question at hand. Waiting for nighttime does not give you 93 million miles away. So I'm asking you, if you claim to know how they measured it, which you clearly don't, you're just like the previous guest who just made stuff up. No, they didn't wait for nighttime to happen and say it was 93 million miles away. So how did they? You have to unmute. Are you cooked? That's it. You're not unmuting on purpose now because you don't have an answer.
I didn't know I had to unmute until you said it.
All right. So waiting for nighttime.
I didn't say to wait for nighttime to measure anything. That's not what I was saying.
How did they measure it?
No, they didn't measure anything. I was trying to
know it's 93 million miles away then?
How do you think about it so that he could see what you were trying to tell him about the way the sun is.
93 million miles away, or just admit you don't know?
I don't know that at all. I'm saying there's no way that it is because the way the light coming off of it works against the Earth.
Okay,
there's no way.
You have no idea. So you don't know. I heard you. So you don't know how they measured it. What's your next point? Now, why do you think it's a globe without begging the question?
I didn't say I think it was a globe at all. I said the opposite of that, bro.
You're a flat earther.
Duh. I said that when I started, bro. I was trying to tell that.
Oh my God. Get the fuck off my life. What? He's arguing with me, and now he claims he's a flat earther. Fuck.
My bad. I was having troubles last time I got on here.
All right. Do you believe that's a globe?
I don't know what I believe.
Flat earther. He just lied to get out of it. I know.
I don't know what I believe. Because I can't see it myself, so I can't say for sure whether I believe either one. I'm trying to learn more about this flat Earth stuff. Is what I'm trying to learn about. So
well, there's no curvature. So if the Earth is not curved 8 inches per mile squared, what is it? It's flat, right? If we have a pool, just think about it super simple. If what I'm saying is true, we fill up a pool with water, it's going to be perfectly flat on its surface because it levels out, right?
According to the container, yeah.
Right. We make that pool 1 mile in length. Does the physics of water change?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
It doesn't.
Okay.
So there wouldn't be 8 inches of curvature in a 1 mile pool. Why should I believe there's any curvature ever? Especially when we have long distance observations where we see no curvature or way too far for it to be a globe.
So you think just by things going over the horizon that it's all our own perspective?
Absolutely, yeah. Because you can zoom in onto the horizon and pull boats back into view. That is literally impossible according to the globe. If a boat truly disappears,
so why wouldn't perspective also apply to the globe?
Yeah, well, it does, but they don't claim that. They don't take into perspective when talking about the horizon. That's the problem.
So quick question. Do boats have to adjust for curvature?
No.
Because planes, you would think, being in the sky, you know what I'm saying?
No, planes don't adjust for curvature. Nothing adjusts for curvature. There is no curvature.
Okay.
If a plane doesn't do it, why would a boat ever need to do it if it's attached to the Earth?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're so far in the sky, why would you need to adjust if you're flying that high?
Because the Earth is curving down and away according to the globe, and this doesn't happen in reality. It doesn't curve down and away. So if it's not curving down and away and doing this, then you're flying over a flat Earth. If this always remains constant, you're not flying over this. You're flying a straight line.
Cool. All right, I get what you're saying now. All right, cool.
The instruments in the plane also. There's a thing called the attitude indicator. It maintains rigidity in space. So it means that if the plane does change orientation, it shows up on the AI. It shows up on the attitude indicator like this, right? So if we're flying around the globe and this maintains rigidity in space and we're doing this, it would show that change in orientation. But if they were to go from the North Pole to the equator, they would land. The attitude indicator would not be in this orientation. It would be in this orientation, it would be exactly the same as it did when they took off, proving they just flew a straight line. There's no curvature adjustment, no Coriolis adjustment. They treat it flat and stationary.
Awesome. All right,
Yep.
man. Thanks.
No, take it.
Have a good day. Yep.
Well, that was easy. All right, what's up, everybody? If you just got in, please hold your finger down the host box, repost live, and share it to live. Appreciate you guys. Tron, what's up, man? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
No, I think it's flat. I was just trying to say about the guest before this one. I think he was just.
I gotta let you go, man.
I think he was just talking about local light source, proving flat Earth. I don't think he was arguing.
Hey, dude, I don't think he knew what he was talking about. To be honest, I don't think he knew what he was saying. If I can't work out, if he doesn't know what he was talking about, then how can I know what he's talking about? All right, guys. Well, again, run out of guests, guys. Run out of guests. So, any globe earthers out there that have evidence of a globe, please comment up. If not, well, shit, we're out of guests. What is this guy? Oh, yeah, that's a flat earther. All good. I'm tripping. All right, well, let's move on. Pistol Pete, let's see. What's up, Pistol? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Hey, sorry, I just got on. I didn't notice if you were taking just any guess or only globe people.
Only globe, man. All right, take care.
Okay.
King Cyrus. We got King Cyrus, guys. King Cyrus. What's up, King Cyrus? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Hey, my bad, bro. Yeah, I do. I just accidentally tried to press the heart.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Take care. Oh, also we got people coming up and accidentally. Guess no one can prove the globe. I destroyed them all. King Cyrus of Medo-Persia. Mad prophecy in the Bible, guys. God named King Cyrus to overthrow Babylon 100 years before he was born. Haha. And you thought you was going to beat my science. Science theoretically too well, did he? I'll show you you're wrong. Okay, you will? Okay. Show me I'm wrong. Come on up. I can't even invite you. You're a private. So watch this. Bang. You're muted. Ha 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 ha. Now you have to come up and show me I'm wrong. Because gravity, refraction, you just don't understand science. My uncle works at NASA. Earth is really big. You just don't understand how big the Earth is. We don't feel it moving because it's so big. We don't see it curving because it's so big. So on a really big, flat, stationary Earth, it'd be the same thing. Yeah. Welcome to Flat Earth. Mass attracting mass. Yeah, so a helium balloon has mass, yet it goes up. What's it attracted to? Nothing. Gravity, refraction. You just don't understand science. My uncle works at NASA. Gas pressure doesn't need a container. But if I buy gas, I need to put it in a container. The vacuum of space is uncontained, except every example of vacuums we have on Earth that are created need a container. If we go up, it gets colder. And as it gets colder, pressure decreases. So why do we have a pressure gradient? This is literally what they do, man. Oh, fuck, that's funny. We know the Earth is spinning because we can see the stars spinning. Therefore, they're not spinning and it's the ground spinning. We know the sun, we know we're moving because we can see the sun moving. Gravity is not affected by temperature, but if I heat up gas, it becomes less dense and rises. The Earth has Coriolis, except when I throw a ball, the Earth doesn't rotate under it, proving there's no Coriolis. Neil deGrasse Tyson said that a field goal is aided by the Earth rotation, except when Tiger Woods takes a shot with his golf ball, the Earth doesn't rotate under the golf ball because gravity, refraction. You just don't understand scale. Earth's really big, you're really small. There's different time zones. Yeah, time zones are arbitrary and they are man-made. If you're talking about night and day, the sun moves away from you and it starts becoming nighttime. There's a light attenuation and the inverse square love light. Welcome to Flatearth+. If the Earth was a globe, they would treat the Earth as flat and stationary. They don't need to adjust for curvature on a globe. Remember that guy that came up? He's like, that guy that was raging? I asked him like 10 times. Okay, I agree with you. They don't adjust for curvature. And on a flat Earth, you wouldn't adjust for curvature, right? And you didn't want to answer it. The Earth is rotating 1,000 miles an hour east. But if I put a plane flying 1,000 miles... Sorry, if I put a plane on the equator going 500 miles in the same direction as the Earth is spinning, the Earth has Coriolis, yet the Earth doesn't rotate under the plane. The plane is going slower than the Earth by half speed, but the airplane does not moonwalk backwards because the atmosphere moves with the Earth. But even if I fly against the atmosphere that's coming towards me 1,000 miles, I don't have 1,000 mile an hour headwind, which is the same as a stationary Earth, but I just really want the Earth to be spinning, so I'm just going to make up all claims left, right, and center and make myself into a pretzel and bend over backwards because globe. Whereas all I need to say is that the Earth is flat and stationary, and that's why they treat it that way. Well, don't know, guys. There's no one coming up. Gravity, refraction. You just don't understand science. You don't understand the gas laws. What are the name one gas law? I don't know any. You just don't understand how big the Earth is. Okay, well, how big's the Earth? I don't know. That's literally them, dude. I'm telling you. You don't know the definition of a vacuum, a low pressure system. Yeah, that's what the vacuum of space is. Vacuums don't suck, except high pressure seeks low. That's how a vacuum cleaner works. It makes a low pressure system in a container, and then high pressure seeks low, so it goes up into the vacuum or into low pressure. Wind is created by high pressure seeking low. High pressure always seeks low, except when we're talking about the vacuum that's above the Earth. That's really low pressure, but the air does not seek that because gravity. What's up, man? Do you believe
Sup, bro? Yeah, I just wanted to come up here to encourage you because I admire what you're doing. Not very many people want to speak about this. They just want to go along with like the dominant narrative, and they basically just fold from the truth because of social pressure. To be going this hard for the subject, I know you get a lot of like mocking. I see it. And if you speak about this, you get mocked severely. So I just wanted to come encourage you, and your work is like really good. Like it's actually really good. Like I've watched some of your videos and I'm like mind blown sometimes, honestly, bro. But yeah, that's really it.
Welcome to Flat Earth. But hey, take care. I'd gift you, but my
Take
life
care.
was suspended for gifts. So gravity, refraction. My uncle works at NASA. My great uncle played marbles with Buzz Aldrin. Earth to globe. Well, you know what's funny? It's all those videos of Buzz Aldrin saying, "Oh no, never went to the moon," and then the globe, all these globe zealots. That's not really what he said. He didn't really say he didn't go to the moon. He didn't really say that. Like, bro, fuck off. That's not what he meant. He didn't mean he didn't go to the moon. He went there, but he didn't went there. He didn't go there. I love when they suddenly become like a free lawyer for the government that lies to them. Angels of lies, but the government doesn't lie, right? So when I show you a flat horizon, that's curved and I'm lying, but the government doesn't lie. No, I'm angels of lies, but the government never lies. Yeah, cool story, bro. What the hell? Yeah, the government never lies. NASA is the only part of government that doesn't lie. Every part of government lies except for NASA. They're the only part, they don't lie, trust me. Even though NASA in Hebrew means to deceive, and then they laugh at us for saying that, and then it's fucking true though. Go get Blue Letter Bible and look at the word for beguile or deceive in Hebrew, and it's fucking NASA. Like, get the hell out. Oh, but it's not NASA, it's Nashar. It's pronounced Nashar. Oh, so NASA are the letters. So, fuck you. The government never lies. They just have a snake tongue in their logo, but the government never lies. Because gravity, refraction, you just don't understand science. My uncle works at NASA. Earth really big, you really small. Carl's golf ball proved a globe, therefore globe. Globin McGlobeface dunked a ball in a sink and then spun the ball and the water flew off and he said the water stuck to it. Glebby said that gas pressure doesn't require a container, but he needs to put sulfur hexafluoride in a container to bring it to me. These people are so dumb, man. Hey, you gotta laugh sometimes. You gotta laugh. Man. If I stand on a skateboard and push myself, I don't move. But the rocket in space pushes off itself. Hey, if I'm on a skateboard and I hold an umbrella in front of me, right, and the umbrellas, and I get a leaf blower and blow onto it, am I going to move? No, I won't. I'm going to stand on the skateboard, and instead of using my legs, I'm going to push the back of my own head. And I don't need to use my legs. What's up, man? Do you believe the Earth's globe?
I do. What's up, Angels? Nice to talk to you again.
Again, I don't remember you, but okay.
May have been on once or twice. We've spoken before. How you been?
Why you still believe it's a globe?
Well, I just haven't been convinced yet. Like, you haven't been convinced it's a globe. I haven't been convinced it's flat. We're on opposing sides here.
I was convinced it was a globe at one point.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So, yeah, you haven't gone back to the globe. I haven't come to the flat Earth yet because I haven't been convinced.
Have we gone over curvature and all that?
Yeah, we talked about the plane once, like the curvature plane going around. I claimed that, gravity is acting like a rope, propelling, it, not propelling it, but holding it down as it just flies straight, maintaining altitude. We can say that it needs to curve, and tip its nose down or not, but I just think it maintains altitude, and that's where our discussion ended last time.
Is altitude changing?
You can change altitude, but like you're just
is the altitude if Earth drops down and away from you, is the altitude changing?
If Earth drops down and away from you, can you give me a little mental model? So we're in a plane, and can you give me a picture? Like, you have good pictures. Can I see a picture so you can? Okay, so there's the plane. If it's curving down and away from me, is that what you're telling me? If
Yeah,
it's
so
curving down and away.
if we agree this line there is longer than that one, right?
Yes. Wait. Point to the first line and the second line. I missed the first line because it lagged.
And that one. That one's longer.
Yes.
Than that. Okay.
Agree. Yes.
Did they adjust for that? Why didn't they adjust for that?
They don't tip the nose down to adjust for it. However, like all of the forces acting on that plane are those arrows, right? So, they're showing distance to the Earth in your model, in this model, in this picture. However, there's actual force there. Sorry.
On a flat Earth, the altitude wouldn't change, correct?
On a flat Earth, the altitude would not change, no. Just like it would on a globe.
What? Wait, so is this line longer than this one?
Yes, it is. But
the altitude does change.
Can I just
wait. Can we please
sure.
clarify that? Yes, it does change then.
The length of line changes, yes.
So then the altitude from this point to that point is more than that one.
Only if the plane was on that trajectory. However, you're not showing that the plane actually curves. You're saying the plane is flying straight off into space, but the plane is actually
it does curve.
I don't see where your trajectory line.
So now it does curve. I thought you said it doesn't.
I don't mean to cut you off, Angels. My bad.
I thought you said it doesn't curve on a globe. Now you're saying it does.
No. I'm saying the trajectory of the plane, right? So the arrow coming off the nose of the plane on the top. You see that one? We agree on that one. That one's straight. It's perpendicular to the one right under, or parallel right underneath it, and perpendicular to the ones pointing downwards. But the plane isn't going to fly like that in real life. The plane is actually.
Yes, it does fly like that.
No, it doesn't. The altitude maintains the same, right? So that downwards arrow is always.
Wait, hang on, stop. If altitude stays the same, okay, then you're flying over a flat Earth.
Only if your trajectory is straight off into space. Like, can you just imagine with me real quick?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is straight and level flight curved?
Straight and level flight curved.
Yeah, because if it is data, so is mean sea level curved?
I'm gonna say yes, because that trajectory line that you have there is not how a plane flies. It would actually curve a little bit.
Okay, well, it doesn't do that in reality. So does
the plane need to plane? Can I ask you a question real quick about it? Just because I'm confused. I'm just confused.
Hang on. Does the plane need to nose down relative to where it started from?
It doesn't need, like, the pilot doesn't need to use a control to tip it down, but the downward force affecting on it. The downward force affecting on it will cause it.
Hang on. So if they have nothing, if they're in full control 100% of the aircraft, are they nosing down?
If they were in 100% control, yes, but they are not.
No. What? Yes, but they are not. So yes and no at the same time.
Well, no, you said an if. You said an if, but that's not reality.
No. Yes, it is reality. If a little Cessna flies over the Earth with no autopilot, nothing, do they have to nose down every 10 miles distance they fly?
No.
Welcome to Flat Earth. Thanks. So if the Earth is curving down and away from the plane every 10 miles, 66 feet, you're saying they don't take that into account?
I don't know. No, they don't have to. It's kind of like the same thing to me. All right,
just like on a flat Earth that you wouldn't have to, correct?
In terms of the if, right? Because you said if they're in 100% control, I concede in good faith, of course. I want to have a good faith discussion with you.
Not if they don't do that in reality.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, your first question, you said if, in quotes, you said, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was if the pilot is in 100% control of the plane, do they have to nose down? I said yes, but they are not in 100% control.
So a pilot that has 100% control is not in 100% control.
Well, define 100% control, because there's multiple forces acting on the plane that the pilot cannot control.
Autopilot off, no trim. They're holding the gear stick, or if they want to lower the plane altitude or nose down, they have to do it themselves. They're in 100% control. They don't do that in reality.
So those are the controls for the aircraft, but those aren't the forces acting upon it only.
So they don't do that, correct? We both agree a pilot in 100% control will not need to adjust for curvature, correct?
I agree. Welcome to Flat Earth, but it's not really, because we're talking about straight trajectories.
Let me destroy your gravity argument.
Okay.
Is gravity selective?
No, it works across everything precisely at all times.
Okay. Is the nose of the plane affected more by gravity than the back of the plane?
No, the center of mass, the center of gravity is where it's going to be
It's in
pulled down.
equilibrium. So no greater pull on the nose, right?
No, not at all.
Thank you. Welcome to Flat Earth. So
Well,
if you're
it's
telling
not
me,
that
if
simple.
you're telling me the plane needs to nose down because of gravity, gravity would have to pull the nose down more.
I think we're just, I'm imagining it as a plane moving forward like that line. But can you bring up the first picture?
Is a plane tidally locked to the Earth?
No, because, well, actually, that's an interesting question. You can't see the top of the plane from the bottom. So I guess in a way it is tidally locked because it's not rotating. Yeah.
Wait, so if I get a little RC plane, right, a petrol one,
yep,
and fly it off a steep hill, will it just follow the hill on its own?
Off of a straight hill, like if you drop it straight down with no force forward.
There's a gradual hill going for miles and miles and miles. If I fly a plane above that hill, will it tether to the hill?
If the force pulling it downward from mass attracting mass
in reality, will the plane tether to the hill on its own?
Not to a hill only, but over vast.
Is the hill the Earth?
An individual hill could be it is the Earth, but it's not the same scale as saying you're flying over across the entire Earth.
So if a hill was dropping down and away gradually like this for 3 miles, would the plane tether to the hill on its own?
If it was at the scale of the Earth, yes. Due to gravity, yes. If you bring up the first picture, I can kind of walk you through why I think that way, and you can try to change it.
That's a cool story. Do you have any evidence for this?
Do I have any evidence for this? Yes, every single airline ever.
Every single airline ever treats it flat and stationary.
Yeah, they treat it flat and stationary because they don't have to account for the curve. They just fly. They just maintain altitude, flying forward.
On a flat Earth, you wouldn't need to do that. Yes, you treat it flat.
You don't have to do it on either Earth model.
On a flat Earth, would you need to adjust for curve?
No.
Okay, on a globe, would you need to nose down?
The pilot doesn't need to nose down as a control.
All right, thank you. All right. What's your next point?
My next point? Well,
aviation is not all of aviation treating Earth as flat and stationary is definitely not a globe Earth evidence.
Okay, we can move on. We've talked about we talked about the pressure gradient. We've talked about.
How do you have a pressure gradient without a container?
Well, I would almost argue, how do you have a pressure gradient in a container? Because if you have
that's the only way to have a pressure gradient is to make it a dynamic system so that it has a pressure gradient.
Does dynamic system mean in a container?
Yes. You can make. No, you can get a
dynamic system is a system that can change. A static system is
so if we change the temperature in the container, will it have a pressure gradient?
No,
with less than 3 psi at the top and more than 3 psi in the bottom.
You won't have a linear pressure gradient, but you will have areas that are higher pressure than others.
Less than 3 psi at the top and about 3 going on to 4 psi at the bottom. So that's a pressure gradient in a container, correct?
Not linear.
That's a pressure gradient in a container, correct?
Incorrect. That is not a linear pressure gradient.
So wait. Is that 3 psi there going on to 4?
It's different, but it's not a linear gradient. Have you ever heard of?
Is that going on to 4 psi? Yes or no?
Yes, but that's not a gradient.
1, 2, 3, going on to 4. Correct?
Yep, I believe so. Yeah, according to your picture.
All right. Is that less than 3?
That gauge is less than 3.
So there's a pressure gradient with more pressure on the bottom than the top. Correct?
There's a pressure difference in those two areas, but a gradient refers to how smooth it changes. A gradient refers to how smooth it changes, which is why I'm saying there's a linear gradient.
So I showed you a pressure gradient in a container. Now, can you show me that without a container, using gravity, without invoking the Earth?
You think that that's a gradient. I don't. I'm talking about a linear pressure gradient. You're talking about two changes.
Stop.
Can I say something other than just an answer to your
Absolutely
question?
not. You cannot say nothing
Okay.
right now.
Now that we have
You
that,
know what? Watch
down.
this. Watch this. You just agreed there was less pressure at the top, correct?
Pressure difference is not pressure gradient, but yes.
What do you think a pressure gradient is? Is a pressure gradient when you have less pressure? When you have less pressure in the container, is that a pressure gradient?
No, it's not. No, it's not. A pressure gradient refers to the function or slope of change.
Was there a slope of change by having less pressure at the top?
You may have some, you have a difference, but you don't have a gradient. Have you ever used
So
Photoshop?
wait. Is a difference in pressure a pressure gradient?
It's an interesting question, but I don't think so because you have two different containers.
Wait. Watch this. So if we go higher up, is there a pressure gradient? Is there less pressure to go higher? Was there less pressure on the top of that container? Come on, man. Why are we doing?
If I saw it correctly.
I thought you were here in good faith. What are you doing, man?
I am here in good faith. Can I see the picture?
So I showed you.
I promise you, I am in good faith. I'm trying to answer as honestly as I can.
Wait. So if I show you less pressure on the top of a container than the bottom, there's a pressure gradient, correct? Like the Earth?
Could I see the picture again where the gauges are on the tank just to see? Because I couldn't see that part. I could see the gauges, but I couldn't see where the gauges are on the tank.
Yeah, you saw it, but less than 3 psi, correct?
Yes, that's the top of the tank. All right.
Thank you. There's another. See that there? That's connected to the bottom of the tank.
The tube.
Yellow tube. On another gauge at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here.
Could I see the slow transition?
Audience. 3 psi going into 4. Correct, audience. 0 is if 0 is there, and that's 1, 2, 3 going on to 4, guys. So is this more about 3 to 4 psi at the bottom, guys? Yes or no? Yep. Guess is diluted. All right, thank you. All right, now can you show me that without a container using gravity?
Without a container and gravity? Is that the
using gravity without a container? Can you prove that a pressure gradient can exist using your belief in gravity? That you can't isolate, so the answer is obviously no.
No, I can't prove it because I can go up on a hill and see air pressure change linearly, like a linear gradient, but I can't go up and prove there's no firmament. I don't have the money to do so, neither do you, to prove there is one. We can't do that together. We both can't do that. We agree that we can't prove there is or is not a firmament, right?
I just showed you so watch this.
Can you prove that there's a
pressure
firmament?
gradient in a container? Watch this. I showed you a pressure gradient in a container. We both agreed to that. I go on top of Mount Everest, I experience a pressure gradient, and then I can look at the sky and point to it and say, oh, look, there's a pressure gradient, and I can prove my cause of it being in a container, therefore it's in a container. I can do that, correct?
No, because it's not the same at all. You are checking the very bottom and the very top and seeing a difference.
And there was a pressure
gradient. I'm talking about checking every...
And there was a difference.
And I'm talking about checking every, n feet as you go up.
And there was a difference. And there was a difference. There was a difference in pressure.
Because you're heating it. Because you're adding energy to the system.
All right. And as we go higher, does it get colder?
I'd have to see the model again and review some of it. But in your model, it looked like at the top you had less pressure, and at the other gauge you had more pressure. Yes.
Then I win. Right? Because I showed you a demonstration of mine and you yet to do yours.
I don't really think so because it's just a difference in pressure.
Then show me that what I just showed you without a container using gravity, or I win.
Without using gravity, or you win.
With using gravity, without.
Can I just ask an honest question about this experiment to make sure? If you're headed up a hill, hiking up, right? And you're logging the pressure, as you go. We're both going to see the air decrease, right? Like we're going to see the air pressure decrease.
Yeah, just like I did in that container.
I don't think it's just like you did in that container because you're adding temperature. You started that by saying you have to add heat to the system.
Yeah, so is it hotter on the surface of the Earth than in the sky?
Is the what on the surface? I missed that word.
Is it hotter on the surface of the Earth than up in the air?
Yes.
Okay. Is temperature directly proportional to the absolute pressure of a gas?
Yes.
So then, as you go higher, the gas pressure would decrease. Then,
why is there a temperature difference though?
According to Galis's law, then the temperature decreasing would affect the gas pressure, right?
Okay, according to Gay-Lussac's law, though, you could decrease the pressure and then decrease the temperature as well. You can do either. You can change
so if we go higher up and it gets colder, will the pressure decrease according to Gay-Lussac's law?
Both will, yes.
Thank you. Welcome to Flat Earth. Thanks. Right. Do you have any other arguments that actually prove a globe now?
If you're not going to really let me, talk to you in good faith, if you're only going to ask me questions and cut me off, I guess there's nothing else I can say to you.
Listen.
There's something I can say to other people, but not to you because you just don't want to hear it. I want to listen to your drift.
If I got globe smacked by you so hard, I'd probably say the same thing. But
Okay, you can call it globe stomping, but you just say nope and don't let me talk after your questions. It's kind of different.
So I didn't
say a pressure gradient and a pressure difference are two different things. I'm saying a pressure gradient is a function showing air pressure change over some other variable. You're just saying this one's different with temperature, therefore flat Earth. Haha, I win. It's kind of just pathetic. You won't talk to me in good faith.
I don't think that's a steel man of what just happened. I'm not gonna lie.
Now we bring up Solly, who doesn't understand GPS, but he uses it every single day to go a mile down the road. Hi, Solly. How you doing? Do you still believe in the satellites?
I don't understand GPS, and I need it. I require it in my hometown where I live. Where I was born and raised. I require GPS to navigate.
Somebody even if that was the case, him and him only definitely needs GPS to go a mile down the road.
Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, buddy, because I have no clue who you are. Obviously, I offended you at some point. We might have had a conversation about GPS. I probably asked you what a real inertial reference frame was, and you shit your pants. That's what I'm gathering, bro. But it's weird for you to be like, Solly, dude. I'd never seen you before.
Are you the best backup Angels has lately?
I wouldn't. I just wanted to come up here. I didn't assume the conversation would play out like this. I just requested up because Angels is the homie. And
because
then
you're
watching
the real conversation, and you kind of feel like, oh, I need to interject a little bit here and help Angels out.
Well, you said I wasn't arguing.
No,
so. You're not. You won't let me ask you a question without cutting me off. I try not to cut you off in good faith.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
Can I say something real quick? I came up here and muted, right? Like I didn't say anything, and then you addressed me, right? I wasn't gonna say anything. Well, actually, no. I did say that what you were saying was not actually a steel man. Hold on, I did say hold on. I did say what you said was not actually a steel man of what actually happened, right? He wasn't just nut-eyeing you.
I disagree. I said a pressure gradient is not just a pressure difference, and he cut me off more than I cut him off. So if that's what you want,
do you know about GPS? What do you know about GPS?
I know that GPS is using satellites, relativity, and all sorts of radio frequency calculations to provide your exact position on Earth within a meter, and you use it every single day, and your phone can do it without cell service and more. What else you want to know?
Is that per globe?
We triangulate your position mostly off of cell phone towers, and there's also satellites.
That's not true. That's not true. Go on maps.
Mostly off. Okay, all right. So, are you okay, bro? Are you okay? Are you all right? Like, can you do this? Like, it's mostly off of cell phone towers, and then I said there's also, and then you interrupted me saying that's not true. Yeah, you didn't let me finish, right? There's also satelloons, right? You can literally Google the word satelloons. You get pictures, videos. Google Loons program was able to suspend balloons for up to 300 days. Yep. I think 312.
Right there.
Right? Undersea cables. Thank you, Angels. Exactly.
Yeah, wait, let me play the video. Go ahead, Sully. I'll play the video for you. Let's see what it does. Just Google Loon.
There's videos of them actually launching real ones as well.
Now we're on the balloon.
They were able to stay suspended for the better part of a year.
Open maps and.
I thought you said you weren't interrupting us, but yeah, somehow that didn't. Yeah, you're interrupting us now badly now, dude.
Let's do it this way. What is a real inertial reference frame? No, what is it?
Go ahead, unmute, man. I had to mute you because, geez, man, come on. You're not. It doesn't seem like
since I don't know anything about satellites. What is a real inertial reference frame?
Well, Sully, wait. I thought when they send up satellites, they assume you have to be at the center of creation and stationary.
Yeah, I thought that's what a real inertial reference frame was.
Well, anything could be an inertial reference.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Stuff like you could have it's a cameraman on the moon, or it's
so a spinning Earth. what here? Like a real inertial reference frame in relation to orbital mechanics means that they assume non-accelerating, non-rotating coordinate system. That being your latitude and longitude, right? They assume the latitude and longitude system of the Earth. That is true. It is true. I can show you.
Sure. Yes, it's static. It doesn't change. Is that
wait. No. Look, just before you overheat. Before you overheat, you assume the coordinate system, the latitude longitude system of the globe, or whatever map you attribute it to, is stationary. You assume it is non-accelerating and non-moving because that is the only way that you can have Newton's laws hold true. If there's opposite motions, then the Newton's laws don't work as well anymore, right? They can't math that out. They can't work. They can't make the physics work. It literally doesn't work. So if there's actually a quote. I'd have to open up my laptop to find it, but I forget who said it. But I think he was an astronomer.
Here we go.
He said that
what's this?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. It has been shown at least 6 different ways this century alone that the equations that physics used by NASA to launch satellites are identical to the equations derived from a geocentric universe. Thus, if the space program is proof of anything, it proves geocentrism and disproves heliocentrism. And then there's a further part of that where he says that heliocentrism is even sillier than evolution, has less scientific backing, something like that. I forget the rest of it.
I mean, that quote is great, but I mean, we can just, we can go around that.
You could also just look into the physics and the math that he was referencing, which is why I ask you again, what is a real inertial reference frame in relation to
can I answer now? Can I answer?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, an inertial reference frame is any, point that you're standing on to, perform physics calculations on. I'll give you an example. If you're standing on Earth, right? Earth is your inertial reference frame. So whatever it's moving is 0. Do we agree or no?
Yeah. No, I mean, no, that's actually true. You have to assume the Earth is stationary to do literally fucking anything ever.
Wait, no.
To you, though, relative to you, right? If you're the cameraman out in the middle of space, you may see it different.
Listen, let me say something. Do you agree that an inertial reference frame is non-accelerating?
Inertial reference frame is non-accelerating.
He's Googling it?
Interesting question.
Are you Googling it right now, really?
No, I'm not. I know it sounds like it. I am in an Overwatch game. You can drop me down for that if you want or not. But
No. Like, seriously. An inertial reference frame means non-accelerating. Your Earth
I think I'll agree with that,
Wait, okay. Your Earth is accelerating. Is your Earth that's accelerating inertial?
Yes, of course. It's an inertial mass, but that doesn't mean it's an... Can I say something now? I let you guys talk. Can I say something?
I don't know. You started off hot with me, bro. I don't like you anymore.
Can we get over that, Solly? You've dropped me down and been hot to me before.
You need to call my mom and ask permission for me to play with you now.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say that relative to you, I know you guys don't like that word. I'll just say from your perspective, right, on Earth, it's 0. But the cameraman out in outer space, it's different. That's why it's relative,
Okay,
relative motion.
We're assuming a cameraman in a vacuum that defies natural laws. So
it's just another example, sure. But
here, what you brought up was satellites, right? So in order to for the efficacy of a satellite, the way you understand it, we have to assume a geocentric Earth. That is literally, you have to assume
I don't agree with that. You can make that claim.
Okay, well then the physics doesn't work. All right, so you just disagree with physics. That's cool, bro. It's not uncommon.
You could say that as well, but I could say you disagree.
What do I disagree with in physics?
Well, you are making this. Maybe you're not disagreeing, but you're really not highlighting the nuance that relativity and inertial reference frames. Inertial reference frames are, from your perspective.
They're non-accelerating. They're non-accelerating. And the Earth is accelerating.
Yes, from your perspective, sure.
Do you know that a lot of the satellites are admitted to be, I forget the percentage, but a majority of the satellites are admitted to be geostationary, meaning they don't even move in reference to the Earth, so they would be in the same inertial reference frame as well.
Do you know how that works?
No, I don't know. Can you explain how that works if your Earth has correlations?
It rotates at the same, it goes around Earth at the same rate that it spins, right?
So I could have gathered that.
No drift. No Coriolis.
You told me you didn't know how it works. You told me to tell you. So
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Point.
Wait, no. Check this out. Check it out. Does a hovering helicopter is a hovering helicopter orbiting the Earth according to your club?
No.
Okay, so watch it. Does the Earth spin under the helicopter?
No, you don't have to be in orbit to the Earth. You're still locked to the Earth.
So it is orbiting the Earth now.
No, it's not.
So in your own words,
what is orbiting now?
I was going to say. So in your own words, what does orbiting mean? What does it mean?
Orbiting means that you're moving in one direction at an equal and opposite rate to falling, so that you just rotate around the Earth. You do lose energy over time, but it can take years and years.
Like the helicopter that moved with the Earth, right? That wasn't.
No, because a helicopter moves up and not forward at all. A helicopter moves up and not forward.
Okay. So does the Earth rotate under the helicopter?
No.
Doesn't a satellite move up and not forward at all?
Do you remember that inertial reference frame you brought up?
It moves with the Earth. So it moves with the Earth.
Yep, just like that.
It's orbiting the Earth.
Doesn't a geostationary satellite move up and not forward at all also?
No, that's not how it works at all. To have orbit, a circle is a straight line? That's what you just asked, Solly.
Congrats, okay, but is the helicopter effectively going in a circle as well? Is a helicopter effectively going in a circle as well? Is a helicopter effectively going in a circle as well if it's hovering in one location and
geometry, Solly? A circle is not a straight line. No, it's not.
In tandem, sorry.
I see where all of this is coming from. It's failing.
He said,
dude, I can't.
It's failing school cope.
Dude, yeah, we failed school educating you on your own talking point. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
No, it's not now. But then, wait, it is though. But it's not when you say it. When you say it, it's wrong.
Oh my God, that's funny.
What a fucking tool.
That's well, come on, man.
You don't learn about satellites in school. You don't learn about all this in school, bro. You got to go to college. And you don't even have to do that. There's the internet.
Dude, yes it does. No, it doesn't. No. The helicopter doesn't orbit the Earth, but it just moves with the Earth in a circle.
But, oh my God, dude. That last part of that conversation was very funny. Wait, yes, the Earth does spin, but yes, the Earth does spin, but very slowly compared to the helicopter. So 1,000 miles an hour is very slow compared to a helicopter that doesn't reach speeds anywhere near that. Got you. Yeah. Science, physics. I love it. You guys are so smart. I want to be just like you. You're right. Maybe I should have paid more attention in, Bill Nye the Science video VHS tapes. I don't know.
Man, this is hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, poor guy. Anyway, hey, what's up, man? Do you believe the Earth's a globe?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I do believe it's a globe.
Oh, man. All right. Well, what do you got for us, man?
Not much. Just want your take on when the sun disappears. Why can't we suck it back or zoom it back in?
What? Because it's beyond it. It's beyond and okay. So there's angular resolution of any optic, right?
It's beyond and then angular resolution. Just what's the simple answer?
This is the simplest answer, right? Yeah. So angular, your ability to resolve angles.
No, I'm talking about a super.
No, just okay. So let's just. This is as simple as it gets, bro. I assure you, right? The ability to resolve angles, right? Your eyes have an ability to resolve angles. Cameras have a higher ability to resolve angles. That's why they can zoom farther.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like this guy. Fuck this guy.
Hold on. What's your evidence of a globe? Doesn't start with how do you explain on a flat Earth, right? Because we could explain all day, but it's pointless because you can't even realize that you're not on a globe.
I just want a simple answer why the telescope doesn't work.
Okay, no, I'll give you a simple answer. I can give you a simple answer.
Because the
simple answer.
The angular resolvability of a telescope has limitations. That's why. But you don't know what angular resolution is, and I'd have to it's like I'm pulling teeth here, bro.
And on top of that, you don't understand what something going beyond something else is. When you watch a sun go beyond a building that's towering over your head, if you go backwards a couple miles, you'll see the sun above that building again. But as the sun goes farther away, it'll go beyond the building again. But you, with the way you see the world, can't perceive that the top of that building is still above your head, but it appears to be at eye level. It's the same with the atmosphere, the clouds, the air, mountains, everything. It goes beyond it. That's it.
Hey,
So wait, hold on. I
Beyond
don't even
what?
think we
The
should
Earth
explain
is
it.
flat.
It goes beyond the atmospheric deck of opacity. I don't want to explain
Wow,
what
it's
that is
fancy.
to you.
So fucking
Yeah.
fancy.
That's why I don't want to discuss this. Show us your globe proof. Stop with the how on a flat Earth. Show us proof of the globe.
You ask us for a this is like the simplest thing in the world to understand. Eric Dubay was able to do it in like 2009.
Now you're referencing people. I get it. I'm just saying.
If you're gonna interrupt, if you interrupt anybody else on this panel again, I will drop you. I don't think anybody has the tolerance for this. I'm not gonna lie. Be an adult.
Good for you. I'm here.
Hey, what's your globe proof?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So let's do that. My globe proof would be
if Earth is flat.
Well, there's supposed to be like 100 million of you guys, right? So
no, that's not globe proof. Stop it.
Can I
Give
talk?
us your globe proof.
That's flat Earth proof, dummy.
Yeah.
Now I'm a dummy, and you want me to be an adult.
Listen,
I'm a dummy, and you want me to be an adult.
Hold on.
It's so
we don't have to call you a dummy. You're a globe earther. It's obvious. Give us your globe proof.
Thanks for shouting out the community, though.
Yeah, preferably starting with my globe proof is.
Yeah.
Not evidence comes in the form of a statement, not a question, right?
Right. And now just think what you're doing. You're scrambling and you're coming up with nothing. Why is that?
Exactly. Gotta think, man. Why would that ever be? You I cough for my life. All right, you gotta unmute, man. Come on.
Unmute. We'll listen. We're waiting for your globe proof anxiously.
Everything.
You got 3 of us here. We're listening.
Everything from the beginning of navigation is mapped to a globe, period. Every circumnavigation, every continent, every river, stream, mountain, valley is mapped to a globe.
Can I address that, bro?
Let's just point by point. Go ahead, Zell. You first. Pick a point.
Well, latitude and longitude, right? That's where you're going with this?
No, I'm talking about actual distance.
Which is measured via coordinates that we use latitude and longitude for?
Dude,
tell me how circumnavigation.
Why don't you guys have a map?
Wait 1 second.
Oh my god.
Watch this.
Oh my god.
Why don't you have a model? Why are all maps flat? That's the better question. You dumbass.
Why do you use a 2-vector coordinate system? Where's the DX?
Now I'm a dumbass, and you want me to be an adult.
No, we know you're a dumbass.
Yes, we know that already, dude. You don't have to say it for us, dude. We know, okay? Listen, okay. Do you agree that the Earth uses X and Y for longitude and latitude, Dalman?
I don't care.
All right, we'll have a nice day.
This is when you melt. Yeah.
Point. Oh my god.
Hey, I want them to go into circumnavigation. That's unbelievable. They don't know their model. That's why they're globers.
I know.
Dude, if you could steel man the globe, you'd be a flat earther all day, every time.
Yeah, like when I say like the only way I have a vacuum is in a container, therefore the vacuum of space is.
Sully, I got a quick question for you. Have you been able to wash the stink off your body from that debate?
Dude, that was not my best performance. I'll start by saying that. And
you did fine. You did fine. Have you been able to wash the stink off?
Yeah, it took me like a good 24 hours to get my mental back. You know what I mean? That guy is so incredible. FTFE wants to debate me next.
Don't do it. Don't bother. It's not worth your energy, buddy. You're better off here just helping people.
Hey, Sully, literally, okay, so his argument for the entire live was nothing works on a flat Earth. Everything wraps around a ball, even though it's half the entire circumference of the ball. Also, every single one of his arguments back to you was literally an ad hoc. I don't know if you
Yeah,
realized it,
dude, I
but
know.
he was just coming up with shit on the spot. He didn't know.
Dude, nobody has an argument for k equals infinity. Nobody can explain that because when they model it out in path loss after they do the transmission, they literally flatten the Earth. They make the radius value of the Earth infinite, which makes the ball flat. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and nobody can argue that.
Here's the thing: arguing these anti-flat earthers. I get it. Occasionally, you're hoping to wake up other people, but on modern day debate, there's only two type of listeners there: diehard flat earthers and diehard anti-flat earthers. Well, the flat earthers are already awake, and the anti-flat earthers are never going to be awake. And if there happens to be a random person that comes across it, the chat is going to screw up their mind so much they're going to walk away from flat Earth. It's not
That's
worth
actually
it.
a good point, but it's
don't platform them. What if none of us ever said their names? What would they have? They'd have nothing.
That's true.
We outnumber them by millions to one.
Yeah, I do advocate for that. Like, that's why I advocate for like blocking all the anti-flat earthers on TikTok, and I don't see why this should be different. I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right, there you go. But I understand sometimes you got to slap the bear.
Yeah, like
I wanted to try at least, but it just did not. Yeah.
Yeah, I debated McToon. I debated Fight the Flat Earth. I got my clips now, and that's it. That's all I need. But I'm worth it. Anyway, cosmically. Anyway.
Yeah, you could just say cosmic. It's easier.
How old are you?
34.
Oh shit! 1 year younger than me.
Oh really? I would have guessed you're younger than me, but okay.
So.
Good skin.
You believe it's a globe?
So, few things. One, for what Soli said there, I was a little bit confused a moment ago because he said, "Why are all the maps flat?" The globe is what's it called? Like literally a globe. I'm not talking about the globe. I'm talking about like a globe model.
Yeah, but we don't use that to navigate, right? When you navigate, you use a map.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so that's so the globe doesn't work for navigational purposes.
Yeah. Even on, I know when we use flat maps that there are different like layouts and design. Like I'm in America. Most Americans are taught based on the map, which shows like how countries are of various sizes. But that's not actually how they are. But that's a whole different conversation. I was just going to go, I guess, more off so what the last guy said. So I'm a little bit confused there too, because if we take the strongest telescope we have available, like just the strongest one we got, shouldn't that let us...
Hey, Cosmic, just wait. Before we go to that, right, do you agree? I literally got it pulled up now, but do you agree Google Earth uses X and Y, which is longitude and latitude? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it uses
X
and Y coordinates.
Thank you. X and Y is a 2D plane. So, yeah.
And to answer your question, like the angular resolvability, which is like word salad to the last guy, the angular resolvability, the ability for any optic to actually resolve things over distance, has limitations regardless on how good your telescope is. It doesn't matter. Not to mention the atmosphere gets in the way. The atmosphere becomes more opaque over distance. So no, you can't see forever. I don't know why that's like really hard to grasp.
I get the not forever part, but like, so if we take the JW, what was it? Not the whatchamacallit telescope, James Webb telescope. Thank you. It can see a penny. It can with resolution. It can see a penny from 24 miles away.
Wow.
That's not strong enough.
No, it can only see a penny from 24 miles away.
That's insane, my guy. Like, come on.
I agree, that's quite a feat, but the Earth has a 24,901 mile circumference.
Dude,
wait.
Cosmic, I've seen a shoreline about 33 miles away to the shoreline. Is that a long distance? Does that prove a globe or a flat Earth, do you think?
Yeah, and seeing a penny from 24 miles away, how high was the penny?
Bro, I reckon my P1000.
No idea.
I reckon my P1000 could almost do that.
I feel like the penny should have been below the curvature of the Earth, but I guess that's a side.
Well, when you're saying resolution, and that was my point, is that it's such a small object. It's not like, oh yeah, you could see a fucking
Cosmic,
mountain.
ask your question there.
Let me ask you this. Okay, sorry.
Look, 33 miles to a shoreline at 4.8 meters above sea level, very low to sea level. Does that prove a globe or a flat Earth, do you think?
I think it could prove either or, wouldn't it? Just because the fact that you could see it.
Yeah. So 160 meters of curvature wasn't in the way, and that's what I saw. I could show you that observation.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying that in terms of like when it comes to resolution, that's it. So
wait. Hold on a second. He just said how many meters was blocking?
Should have been 160 in the way.
100, so there should have been 160 meters blocking it, and your answer was no, but I'm not, and then you're just galloping. What the hell does that mean? How about wait a minute? You're saying we can see a shoreline that's 160 meters away. That doesn't work with a globe. Can you show me those measurements, Angel? Are you sure they're correct? Can you, and then think about it and then measure it and look at the curve calculator yourself and then try to debunk it. You can't.
Can I ask one question about your penny before we, so do you know if they were able to see the actual penny or the light reflecting from the penny?
They could see the penny. They could see what year was made, the penny.
Get the hell out of here. They can see what year it's made.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, you could see the penny when you hold it up to your eye. You could see.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying is eventually we could create then a telescope.
Who did this? Where? Where were they? Where was this?
Because, dude, globies always make fun of me. It's really stupid. Watch this, right? It's really stupid.
How many miles away was the penny?
Do you see how this is all blurry, right? Because I'm looking 53 close. Do you think, dude, you wouldn't be able to read shit on that penny from that far?
No, that's huge, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about a small object.
Dude,
that's what
okay. We get a penny. We get a
impressive.
penny there. We get a penny there, and we zoom all the way into it. Is it going to be all blurry? Is it going to be all blurry, or is it going to be perfect?
How high was the observer?
This is the world's strongest telescope.
How high was the observer?
He doesn't know.
No, why would I? I'm telling you.
He read this in an article or something. Like, seriously.
Yeah. No, you know what? Check this out. I have a telescope that has a 1 million times zoom. So I can do some math and say, I can see a penny at 500,000 miles away because I did the math. And then I can write an article about it.
Resolution.
I got the resolution. I can tell you the resolution of my imaginary telescope. I can tell you all this stuff. Or maybe I even have a telescope that does that, but does it work in reality? Can you see through the air? Can you see the wall of an Olympic-sized swimming pool from the other side of the pool when you're underwater? You can't.
I feel we're getting off topic here because
no.
It's an actual product you can use.
Just pause real quick, bro. When you, and I said this earlier, and Dave just touched on it again. When you have more atmosphere in between you and the object that you're observing, the atmosphere will act like a lens. It's going to get in the way. It's going to obstruct your vision. Yeah. It's going to become okay. So 24 miles being able to resolve the details on a penny is just utterly absurd. And wherever you read that, I guarantee you it's bullshit.
I don't believe it's bullshit because we were talking about the world's strongest telescope.
The world's strongest technology matter how
improves over time. If I compare the capability, wait.
Stop.
Hold on for
Can the world's strongest telescope see through a fog bank?
Dude.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can the world's strongest telescope see through a fog bank?
I can't answer you because I keep getting muted by someone.
Well, that's because you're probably saying stupid things.
I'm not, but you know.
Wait, can the world's strongest telescope see through a fog bank?
I'm going to say yes.
Oh my god!
Just kick him. Just kick this guy. He's a waste.
It's such a how bad do you need the Earth to be a ball today? Like, try again tomorrow. I guess.
I want to defend these guys just for a second because they come here because the programming is so strong that they don't think the Earth is a globe. They 100% believe it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And when your brain has that resolved false conclusion as 100% truth, not 99.9, it's 100% truth. When anytime there's contradicting evidence, your brain will do anything to discredit it. And if the only thing you can come up with is magical refraction, a penny, I saw it in an article, you will believe, you will truly believe that that's all real.
Watch this. What you just said, check this out. Delusional definition. Characterized by holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary as a symptom of serious mental illness.
So before that guy came on here, he wasn't delusional. He had a belief. But now that we've shown him evidence and he's denied it and made up stories, he's delusional. So that's a little side effect. If you come on Angels Live, you can end up delusional.
By definition.
Yeah, and then you can project and say that we're delusional. Sorry.
Yeah, by definition, that's exactly what happened. Hey, I want to show you guys my slide for satellites. Just made it. Just finished it, I guess. Hang on. Boom. All right, so I've got Google Loon, a video of it, and it's got audio too, describing what it is, and it's literally picking off the satelloons back down to the tower for communication. Right. Then I've got Thunderhead balloon systems admitting that they do this, with balloons. But check this out, right? This Google AI result. Undersea cables are the true backbone of the internet, carrying over 95 to 99 of all transoceanic and international traffic data. Towers and terrestrial land infrastructure handle domestic communications and route local signals. So,
yeah, but what about the other 1%, Angel? What about the 1%? Globe.
Yeah, there's the other 1%.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take it. I bring this up all the time. In the Vietnam War, they had the special radios that connected to AWACS airplanes that transmitted it back to command in the United States, and they said because of the curvature of the Earth, those antennas look just like Starlink receivers or the original Starlink receivers. So the other 1% may be using equipment on airplanes, which is way more reasonable than a stupid satellite in a natural law violation. Airplanes have electricity. They can be serviced. They're everywhere. They have a power source. They transmit. We know they have the equipment because we're online when we're on them. So why would you just skip all the airplanes in the sky and look for a tin can in space to get your signal back?
Because gravity.
Damn it. You're right. Gravity.
Think of it.
No, think of this. Think of it. Your wife. You're a little GPS signal. So I got my cell phone. It's trying to find my position, and it sends a signal up, and it goes by 5 airplanes all the way 350 miles into the sky, looking for a satellite, so it can transmit down. And that satellite that's going 17,000 miles per hour can precisely triangulate its location and my location within a couple of feet and get that signal back to me in less than a second. It's delusional. It's delusional.
That's how science works, Dave.
Science.
Trust the science.
You just don't understand science.
Yeah, we just need to trust it, and they make up the science, but we need to trust it.
Yeah, even though science in and of itself should never require belief or faith.
Exactly. Trust the science. Oh, so I have to believe it now, do I?
Yeah, you have to believe that water is going to boil. You have to pray for it.
You had the guy on earlier talking about the pressure gradient and hexyl fluoride, right? Put that fish tank of hexyl fluoride in a vacuum chamber, and it's all gone.
Yeah, so we have sulfur. That bulb thing that I do with you do. Yeah. Put sulfur hexafluoride on the bottom. Put you think it's not going to go up?
Have you tried it? Have you tried it yourself? Have you done it?
You know what? I've debated one guy. What was his name? Focal Point. Every time I show him that demonstration, he's like, "How do I know that's a vacuum up there? How do I know that's actually a vacuum?
What else could it be? What else could it be?
I'm like,
high pressure system?
It went up.
Yeah. Maybe it's a gravity tube, dude.
Gravity tube.
Dude, that guy begged me to unblock him like a month ago, or longer than that. And I finally did, and I had like 30 seconds worth of conversation with him and blocked him instantly again. Like, I hate that guy. He's so annoying.
Aloha, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Another troll. Here we go.
Once you block a troll, never unblock them. Isn't it funny though that they beg you to unblock them because they don't have anything without us? They need us.
It's weird, isn't it?
Be like Aloha. Ignore the trolls. Ignore the trolls.
Yep, they're just here to waste time. I mean, we can only explain perspective and convergence and vanishing points so many times to the same people.
Yeah. How about explain your ball? On a flat Earth, that's not ball proof?
Well, it's really complicated. It's really complicated, Dave. People smarter than you figured it out, and we just need to trust them. That's what
They
they get
measured
paid.
it.
That's what they get paid to do.
Aloha, they measured the distance to the sun with lasers. Did you know that?
Wait, Dave. Someone ask me to prove a flat Earth. Someone, please.
Prove a flat Earth, Angel.
All right.
What if it was a
Shoreline,
globe?
53 kilometers away.
Refraction. What was the temperature of the water and the air and the humidity?
Yeah. And
what was the altitude of that lake?
What temp? Did I have a cold that day? Was my temperature?
Why is it so blurry?
Yeah.
Why is it so blurry?
Hey, Sully, remember what was it? Dunning-Kruger engines live, remember? Dude, did they melt when you showed them that or what? Bruh.
Dude, I mean, take it from a guy wearing a full dress and makeup to freak out and crash out. Yeah, I mean,
Angel, did you get my message about that podcast I want to do?
Oh yeah. I can't remember. When is it again?
I have to remember now. I think it's next Friday, which would be your Saturday.
Yeah. Let me know. Well,
it's like I'll look it up in a second, but it's a guy. So I have a guy that's in our plasma group, and he has a friend. He's been trying to convince the flat Earth. The guy's like smart guy, business, never been in the flat Earth, globe Earth debate. He just thinks it's so stupid. So we're gonna let him just think himself. It's gonna be fun.
But flat. Okay, wait, Dave. Remember, I just watched one. What was the guy's name? Who's really? You were up with this other guy. I can't remember his name. Fuck. Oh man. He was like had a beer can and he was like kind of like
drunk. Jacob or something. So dumb. So dumb.
Oh my god.
That guy is so bad.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
He made more flat earthers that day. Holy moly.
Yeah. The thing is, I sent you a Zoom so you just open the Zoom and it'll tell you your proper time where you are. But it is
actually I tried to do that, but it didn't show me the time.
Okay, let me just find it again.
Yeah, I did try. It didn't come up with the time. I think I messaged you back that, didn't I? Maybe not.
I don't know, man.
Because gravity. Just blame it on gravity.
Yeah, gravity. I got too many podcasts. Let me just look. All right, keep talking. Don't mind me.
Should I make a slide? Hey, Sully, we got to come up with more words, right? So it's delusional gullibility. I got to make a slide on all that. That'd be fun. Anyway,
Dunning-Kruger, kettle logic is a good one.
How about demon-possessed atheist? I love that
one. Hey, it's Thursday the 4th at my 9 a.m. So that's like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. for you.
Oh, perfect then.
Yeah, you're like 2. What time is it there now? 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah,
in the night.
1:20.
Yeah, 1:20. So it's it would be 10 p.m.
Nice. Okay.
10 p.m. on the 4th.
4th. 1 second.
Wait, no. My bad. I'm dumb. It's 11. It's 10. It's the next morning for you. So it's Saturday morning at 10.
So Saturday, what's the date?
Saturday the 5th. No. Morning. Sorry, my bad. Friday the 5th at 10.
AM or PM? What? I'm
sorry. 10 a.m. So for me, it's 8 p.m. It's 8:30 p.m. Yeah. So 8:30 p.m. for me on June 4th. So that's 10:30 a.m. on June 5th for you. How does that work on a flat Earth?
June 5th, 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not an early bird, but we'll see. All right.
You're going to have to do it. Otherwise, I'll get someone else. If you just tell me you're not going to do it.
I'll let you know. But yeah. All right.
It's either going to last 5 minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
I just sent you a calendar invite if that works. All right, that's all. Back
hello,
to
Hotron.
Hey, what's up, Florps?
Flat Level Earth Research Foundation.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, yeah. There's too many flurps on this panel. Too many.
All right. Somebody prove your flat. Give me your flat Earth proof. Give me your flat Earth proof. Give me one, just one.
Okay.
Sonar.
Aviation, all of aviation.
See how easy it is, globe people? Now give us your globe proof. Tron, give me your best globe proof.
The best one would be water.
Globe proof?
Water
Wait,
rests, water
can I
rests
give,
seeks its level.
wait, can I give a globe proof?
Yeah.
But if the Earth was flat, how does?
That's what I'm waiting for.
Here's my globe proof. If the Earth, how does this work on a flat Earth? Anything.
Well, here's the globe proof. 70% of the Earth is ocean. Therefore, the ocean must curve because the Earth is a globe.
Yeah. Refraction, gravity. Wait. I got both an aunt and an uncle that work at NASA.
Are they married?
Are they married?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they are.
Are they brother and sister too?
My whole family works at NASA. Guys.
OJ, you're gonna have to turn off the. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Fuck, now I forgot, OJ. That music took me off.
We were talking about proofs of the flat Earth and/or globe, and we were saying that people always start off. Well, my proof for flat Earth or the globe is, how does this work on a flat Earth?
Let me ask an Artemis. I'm going to bring up an Artemis thought, and you guys can be the Globers and give me your best answer. So Artemis traveled up, it sped up to 25,000 miles an hour somehow. So the fuel had to be coming out faster than 25,000 miles an hour to get the thing up to that speed, because that's how propulsion works. Then it goes around the moon and slingshots back to Earth. And then the way it slows down on Earth is that the air slows it from 25,000 miles an hour to 200 miles an hour when the parachutes come out. So the question is, when Apollo went to the moon, how did they land the LEM on the moon? How did they slow it down? How did they slow down from 25,000 miles an hour? How did they slow down?
Well, here's what happened.
This is why they told you that they orbited a few times around the moon. Because what happens is they catch the gravity jet stream on the moon, go around and around and around, and eventually slow down, right? So they slow down because of Coriolis effect. And eventually it slows down to the point where they're able to land.
So what about when the guys were on the moon, you had the orbiter rotated around the moon 20 times. How come it didn't slow down? Because it only slows down to a certain point because of the gravitational jet stream?
Well, you just don't understand scale.
Yeah, and you don't understand how rockets work.
Dave, it's called real good engineering.
Real good engineering.
Yeah, people smarter than you invented all this crap before they destroyed it all.
Yeah,
invented it all.
So why you got a guy in a tin can orbiting the moon? The two guys get into their tin can, launch off, and somehow connect with it, and then somehow do a translunar injection, right? And head back to Earth. And they have to hit the Earth's atmosphere within a half a degree of the angle, otherwise they'll skip off into space or burn up.
Well, see, that just proves how great America is. We're better than everybody. We showed the Russians, see, because we're so smart.
Right. How about this? The Earth is traveling around the sun at 18 miles per second. The Artemis is traveling at 7 miles per second out and around the moon. How does it sync up back with the Earth?
It's all relative. You see, it's all relative. Einstein figured it all out.
You think every scientist is lying? It's all relative. Dave. I don't know.
Yeah. It's so dumb. And they come up here and call us dumb.
I know. It's
so
funny.
dumb.
It's entertaining and sad at the same time.
Yeah, the dumbest thing ever from a Glober yesterday on Suns Live. And Gene and I went and just flat smacked him really hard, and then we dropped him. But here's was a statement. The globe is a perfect working model. Everything works perfect on the globe. So we just had some fun with that. But that was literally the dumbest thing I ever heard. I mean, Gene brought up the three-body problem. Then I brought up the cosmological constant problem. So why are these things called a problem if your globe works perfectly with everything? So
you just don't understand science. You just don't know how it works. Right. You're too dumb. You're uneducated.
Exactly.
Earth really, really big. Us really, really small.
Earth really, really big. Your brain really, really
How
small.
big? How big? How big is the Earth?
It's really
I don't
big.
know
It's super
astrology.
big.
I don't know astrology. Can you
Yeah,
clip
who was the
that?
guy
That was
who
the
was
dude. That's probably the best clip of the day.
I know. He goes, well, I don't know astrology. And I was talking to a guy last night on my live, and I was like, well, we mentioned a point about science. He goes, well, I'm not a scientist. I said, well, you can certainly research what I just said. You don't have to be a scientist to research my claim here.
Like, Tron, according to them, right, you have to be a scientist to say the sky is blue.
You have to be a scientist to that's their deflection. That's the new deflection to dealing with everything. And I'm like, well, so if you're not a scientist, then you can't research. You can't look something up. You know, they certainly look up everything they can possibly think of, unless they get backed against the wall with science. Then they go, I'm just not a scientist. It's quite apparent you're not. Bye-bye. Send them down the gravity slide. Next. Hey, do you have a guest, dude? You got a guest?
Yeah, flying. What's up? What's up? I think you're.
Yo, not much. How you guys doing?
You're from Q-Tops, right?
From what?
You're from Q-Tops Live. I bet you're there originally, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's right. Good memory.
That's why I'm a flat earther. No, anyway.
Did you guys see the Artemis astronauts like in the Capitol building, and the reporter came up to them asking them,
I saw that.
calling them liars?
Quit lying. Yeah, I saw that. He goes, quit lying. And they looked at him like deer in headlights.
Yeah.
What?
Stop lying. Stop acting. Y'all never went to space.
Okay, thank you. And did you see the girl? Her look, she's just like, I don't see this guy. I'm not going to say anything. I'm a robot.
Yeah, that was classic.
I'm a robot. I'm an actor. A real actor, for real.
So is he.
Yeah, they both were actors. Actronauts. Yeah. But she has real acting. She's got actual acting credit.
I think.
Remember those movies?
You said you're a hot air balloon pilot or something, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
You adjusted for curvature recently?
What's that?
You adjusted for curvature recently?
No, I mean, we talked about that before. There's too many like uncontrolled variables. And aside from that, like when I hear the flat earth perspective that like planes don't adjust for the curvature, like the scientific response to me seems like gravity is the accelerating force. Like the lift on the wings is counteracting gravity. So as you're going forward, like that's always in effect. But like I'm here to discuss these things. Please let me finish. I'm here to discuss these things in good faith.
Okay,
I'm not making declaratory statements. I'm just speaking to what the scientific rhetoric describes. So
let's just talk about that for 1 second. No, I appreciate that. So would you be intellectually honest and admit that if an airplane was flying over a level flat Earth, topographical, that it would react the same?
Let me think about that.
So while you're thinking about it, airplane is flying level, nose up 2 or 3 degrees. It doesn't need to pitch down because the Earth is level. It's flying over the ocean, right? That's exactly how it would fly, right?
Yeah, it's really hard for me to wrap my head around the density argument. You know what I mean? The electrostatic
an airplane is flying at a certain level. It's trimmed level. It would not need to nose down. It would just fly level, right? You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, but I've been in small planes before where we have to be trimmed nose up.
Yeah, all planes are trimmed nose up.
Very common.
Why are they trimmed up 2 to 3 degrees flying?
Well, it depends. I mean, like partially you could say having to do with headwinds, and then otherwise
it's for lift. It's for lift, and so they don't porpoise.
Yeah, porpoise is one of the main points. It would porpoise violently if it tried to be perfectly flat.
Okay,
I got a cruise, and everyone in here is pretty knowledgeable in aviation, but I don't hear them all talk about the TOD much. Can you tell me, does the TOD, the top of descent calculation, always calculate for a flat and a stationary baseline?
I'm not familiar with that. Is that from fixed wing? Because if
No,
it's
no.
something like
When an airplane is a certain distance from an airport, they calculate how many feet per mile they need to drop to hit the airport. So if they're 125 miles out, they say, okay, we're at 30,000 feet. They take
yeah,
30,000, they divide it by
okay,
the
I
miles, and they have
understand what
to.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
that is a flat Earth calculation.
I understand. So my response to that, and this is something that I haven't actually heard, like I didn't hear this from someone else. I truly think this is a novel discussion point. Is I kind of picture the surface of the Earth, if it's a globe, we're assuming that in terms of what I'm describing, it's not this like round, smooth ball. It's kind of like a
Not
golf
novel.
ball with dimples.
That is not
Think about
novel.
mountain ridges that separate valleys.
It's like a
And
it's
in
like a
that way,
disco
you have
ball. It's a disco
localized
ball.
flat areas. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's not
it makes
novel.
sense that once you pass the localized flat area, now you're going to have to make up all that lost curvature, and so it would be impossible to navigate.
Wait,
But
Fly,
will you admit that the top down calculation works out perfectly on a flat Earth? If the Earth was flat,
Well,
it
I
would
mean,
make perfect sense.
by describing, I'm sorry that I wasn't explicit, but like by describing my dimple notion, it was to account for that, to say, yes, I see how it behaves that way. I don't
Hey, can
think
I
that
chime in?
necessarily.
That's not what I was asking.
Wait,
That's not what I was asking.
So on a flat Earth, there's just one flat Earth, and it works, right?
Yeah, I
It
hear
works
you.
perfectly on a
Yeah.
flat Earth, right? You don't have to worry about dimples, correct?
Yes, I understand. I'm
So
I'm
just yes or
acknowledging what
no.
you're
Does it
saying
work
about.
on a flat Earth?
I'm
Yes or
trying
no?
to acknowledge it, man. I'm
It's
being
just a yes
very.
or no. At this point, we just want a yes or no. If the Earth was actually just flat, it would work, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
I get
so
that.
there's our
My only
explanation.
point
Earth is
was
flat.
by
TOD
acknowledging
works.
that.
Now
can I say-
yours is we're on a dimple golf ball disco ball Earth, and the runways have to be placed on a flat part for it to work. But
Well,
if you start
that's
calculating,
not like very. I think it's intellectually honest to look at the experience of mountains. Like you're not going to place a runway on a mountain ridge, so that's not like exclusionary to the fact that runways get placed on the flat areas
Can
between. You know
I
what I mean?
please chime in? Hey, is this Flying Brian? Are you an actual pilot?
Yes, I'm a commercial balloon pilot.
Oh, a balloon pilot. I thought you were an actual pilot that flew airplanes.
Okay, do you know where the word pilot comes from? It came
Hey,
from the
do you know
first
how an
person to fly a
attitude?
hot air balloon.
The reason why I'm asking, I thought you were an aircraft pilot of an actual airplane.
It is an aircraft, and I'm trying to tell
I
you
know
the
it's an
word.
aircraft, but I thought
Hold
I
up.
was. I wanted. I don't want.
I've been letting
I,
you guys finish what you say. I would
Hey,
like.
appreciate
to
you
she's not.
guys. Aloha, y'all.
Brian, I'm not.
I don't want to dogpile this guy, so I'm gonna cruise.
All
I'll
right,
see you
dude. No,
soon.
I'm not trying to dogpile.
Y'all have fun.
I'm glad I asked because I was assuming, and I don't want to assume anything about anybody, that you were actually flying a fixed wing airplane, a fixed wing aircraft, or a rotary aircraft. So you're actually flying.
Before we get too off topic, nobody gives a shit about the etymology of the word pilot, bro.
Yeah, thank you. So, Flying Brian, do you understand? Because I was going to ask if you're a VFR or IFR qualified, and I don't know that you probably understand that. So I'll just want to get.
I do understand it. Ballooning is strictly VFR.
All right, so you're flying by vision. Great. Do you know how an attitude indicator works and what it does for a pilot in an airplane?
Are you talking about like how the mechanics of it work?
No, just what does an attitude indicator?
Yes, I know what an attitude indicator does.
What does it do for What does it do for a pilot?
It gives you an indication of your pitch.
All right, so I've talked, just so you know, I've talked to countless pilots, not only on this app, but actually in person, okay, professionally. Every one of them agrees, whether they believe in a globe, whether they believe in a flat earth, and there are countless flat earth pilots, amazingly enough. They all agree when I asked them the simple question, I said, do you agree that an attitude indicator tells you, the pilot, what the orientation is of your aircraft? And every one of them across the board, 100% tells me that is exactly what it does. Now, would you agree with that, Flying Brian?
Yeah, I don't have any reason to think that's
okay.
something weird.
So the orientation is extremely important to to a pilot, especially if they're flying at night, which they have to fly IFR, right? Because the only reference they'll have to where they're at is that little old latitude indicator, right? Correct?
Well, yeah, especially before glass cockpits with
Well,
GPS enabled stuff.
regardless of the type, if they're flying in the dark over water, they do not know where they're at without that little instrument. That's how important it is. That's their reference point of what position they're in. Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to set the stage. I don't know what level I don't want to talk to you. So many people I talk to have no clue, so I got to explain it. So you agree that the orientation.
They have. I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't think they have attitude indicators.
It might be beneficial to ask about some of my experience with other aviation instead
No,
of
brother,
running
I'm
through the
assuming
rigmarole.
I'm assuming that you have a lot of experience, but I didn't want to. You know what they say about assuming, so I do my best not to do that. So you agree that an attitude indicator tells a pilot what the orientation is of their aircraft. So if a pilot is flying their airplane at 500 miles per hour, which is easy in intercontinental flight on a big Airbus, at 500 miles an hour, the plane will go in 1 hour, 500 miles. According to the drop from a tangent or curvature rate of the Earth, that would be about a 32-mile curvature rate or drop from a tangent. What's making that airplane follow that tangent?
My response before was regarding gravitational acceleration. Like,
all right,
it's
so
either
brother,
it's either
I give you, fine, I agree. I'll give it to you. I don't agree, but I'll give it to you. So you're saying that gravity is somehow forcing the aircraft to follow that curvature rate, correct?
I wouldn't say forcing. I say it's a balance of the forces between the lift and the aircraft and the. Okay, notice that I'm muting in between so that you can finish your thoughts.
Fine, brother.
Gravity is literally
I'm being as nice as I can.
Gravity is literally a force.
You're invoking gravity, and I'm saying, okay, you can have gravity. So you're saying an outside. Well, look, something's making the airplane follow the curvature of the Earth. If it's not the pilot, and it's not the autopilot, and it's not barometric pressure, what's left? Gravity. You chose gravity, which is what most pilots choose, at least the ones that aren't flat earthers. So you've invoked an outside force making the aircraft do something. And that something that it's doing is making the aircraft change its orientation, right? Because it's moving in a different direction. So when that orientation is changing, by the way, it would be a constant change. Constant. They could never get level. But yet they all say they fly straight and level for several hours on intercontinental flight. Why doesn't it show on the attitude indicator artificial horizon that they're dropping from a tangent? Since if a pilot were to do it, take the stick and start dropping downwards, it would immediately show on the attitude indicator. If they pitch left and right or roll or up and down. So if they're not doing it and some other force is doing it, then the orientation is still changing. You would have to. So if it's not showing on the attitude indicator, welcome to Flat Earth, brother.
My response to that is that the infinite horizon on the attitude indicator is based off of the relationship to the orthogonal force directly below the aircraft.
Flying Brian, you just admitted that the attitude indicator tells a pilot what the orientation is of their aircraft. It does it all the time and in real time.
So let me ask you a question real quick, Tron. So flying.
Go ahead.
So you're relinquishing the gyroscope's property that has rigidity in space, then you're saying it doesn't have that.
You're saying rigidity in space?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So does it maintain rigidity in space or does it not?
I'm saying it's relative to the current position and orientation.
Okay, so no rigidity in space. It aligns to your gravity vector.
I think I'm misunderstanding what you mean by rigidity in space.
Okay, well, by you claiming that it just auto updates somehow and just knows the Earth, like where it is over the Earth, and it doesn't show that change in orientation.
No. It's not about location. It's about the forces acting upon it at that moment.
You're saying yes. Okay, so you're saying that you're saying that it doesn't maintain rigidity in space. It's fluid to flying around your globe, right?
Only insofar as it's responding to your position at that moment. It's not
Okay.
about the position, it's about the force. Like,
thank you. So look, I'm going to align this now to gravity. So wherever this is over the Earth, this plane is over the Earth, it's going to reflect that attitude. So you agree now it's showing even. It's not up, not down, correct?
yeah.
Okay, you agreed that they never need to nose down, correct?
Yeah, because of the forces involved.
Thank you. So when they fly, if they fly and their never nose down, it's going to reflect. If their nose up, it's going to show this, correct?
That's not accounting for gravity or otherwise whatever electrostatic force you use to explain downward
we're on top
motion.
of the ball. If we're on top of the ball and they're in this orientation, it's going to reflect, correct?
It's going to what?
Reflect.
Yes. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yes.
And the Earth is curving down and away, so you're saying gravity is making it do this, right?
Well, it's yes, that's how gravity is how I understand that. Yes, I'm trying to be honest.
Welcome to Flat Earth. All right. So you're basically saying that the plane's flying in a straight line, but straight is curved. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I'm saying that there's another force involved, and
Hey, let me try it, Angels. Let me dumb it down even more for a 5-year-old. No disrespect. Now watch this, dude. Check it out. Every pilot I talk to, every one of them, and I talk to pilots that got a massive amount of experience. When they take off from the airport and they're flying, they got to ascend. They got to get in the air. This position, whatever it is, I asked them, is it going to be reflected on the artificial horizon screen on the AI? And they all say, absolutely. So when they get to a certain level, let's say 35,000 feet, they will level out. Matter of fact, just so you know, there's no other way to know their level without looking at that attitude indicator. Zero way to know. So they all say, yeah, we got to level out, and there'll be maybe 1 to 3 degrees nose up. No worries. And they can stay that way for several hours, just like that in the same position, flying from one continent to the next. But wait a minute. We got a constant drop from a tangent at 8 inches per mile squared. So if they're flying 500 miles per hour, there should be, in 1 hour, they're going to go 500 miles. According to the globe math, there should be roughly 32 miles of curvature. What is making the aircraft follow the curve? Number one. And number two, why doesn't it show on the very instrument panel that the pilots are using? How do they fly in a straight line and a curved line at the same time?
Okay, so
I know the answer, sir. I know the answer.
Increasing
Flying Brian, please. I don't need you to do AI and chat GPT. I already know the answer.
Dude, I'm literally here talking to you. What are you,
brother, I know the answer.
I'm not reading something. I can talk to you like a person.
Will you acknowledge, what part did I say that was wrong?
It doesn't account for the counteracting force. Like if they're at that top speed at cruising altitude.
How does the attitude indicator work again? What does it tell the pilot? You just admitted it. With all due respect, you said, just like every knowledgeable pilot says, that the attitude indicator tells the pilot what is the orientation of the aircraft, and it does it in real time and continuously the entire time. So if they know they're going this direction, they know they're going this direction, and they know they're going this direction, they know they're doing all that. So how does an airplane fly in a straight line while it's flying around a curved ball and not show in the very instrument that tells the pilot that's what's going to be happening? I know the answer, brother. I know the answer.
I understand.
All right, go ahead.
Please let me ask, like you have a question to set up what I'm trying to describe, okay?
We need an answer, though, first.
I've already given you my answer, and now I'm trying to
What was the
explain
answer?
it.
What, magic?
My answer was gravitational force. So I'm trying to explain. Listen, I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm trying to describe my understanding so that you can find if there's holes in what I'm trying to describe.
Yeah, there is definitely.
You've heard my blanket answer. Now I want to explain it in depth.
Before you explain
is that okay?
Do you agree on a flat Earth you would need to adjust for curve?
Yes, I've already conceded that as a hypothetical. Okay.
So then you agree.
Does he further agree that the attitude indicator tells you what the orientation is of the aircraft?
I did that before you went into any of it. I already did that.
That's all it does.
All right, fine. So 1 second. aviation does not prove a globe then at all, correct?
No, you're not. There's something that's being missed in terms of balanced forces, and that's what I'm trying to explore, not as a disproof, but as a discussion.
As a whole thing on its. If you admit it's the same thing on a flat Earth, then aviation, all of aviation, does not prove a globe if they're treating it flat, correct?
I would not go so far to say as all aviation. I would say the information that we brought up so far.
Can I say something briefly, bro? And if you're looking for evidence of either model, it has to be exclusive to that model, right? So in order for something to be proof of a globe, it has to only work on a globe. In order for and the opposite can be said for flat.
Okay, I'm trying to bring up a point.
I'm almost done, bro. I'm almost done. I promise. Like, so for you to sit here and acknowledge that this would work on a flat Earth in theory, right, and then try to tell me that it's also not proof of a flat Earth, and that, like, it's the same. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Like, you're looking for exclusivity.
I understand what you're saying, and which is why when I conceded to that point, I said with the information available, because I'm trying to bring more information to the table that I think
just pause on your
I think is exclusive to the globe model, but I want your opinions on
how
it.
about we talk shop and let's stick with the flight mechanics? I'm just talking shop here.
I've been trying to talk about it. I'm waiting for my turn.
We realize you said gravity. You invoked gravity as making the aircraft follow the curve of the Earth, and then I said, why doesn't it reflect on the very instrument that's going to show orientation changes? There's only one answer, sir. If you're being intellectually honest,
I was honest when I said it has to do with
then welcome to flat Earth.
force.
There's no other way to get around it, sir. There's no other way to get. You can dish scallop whatever you want. If you go to flight mechanics, show us in flight training where anything that I said was incorrect.
So flying, like, if you're in your hot air balloon, right, and you're hovering.
Hold up, wait. Before we get into a balloon example, can I still continue with this of what I'm trying to describe? Because I want to hear your opinion on it.
You gave us your answer. You said gravity. We said, okay, great. Gravity's not helping you. It's hurting you.
Guys, if you're really confident about your perspective, I just want to add to what I'm describing.
We don't need descriptions. We need flight mechanics.
I'm trying to describe the physics, and I'm asking. I want to ask a question regarding.
He needs to concede. You need to concede that gravity is not going to help you.
I literally just want to say one thing. You fucking fly balloons, bro. There's no attitude indicator on a balloon.
Thank you, brother. But listen,
oh my God.
Listen, flight
Once
mechanics.
Again, you're assuming my experience and that I don't have a plethora of other experience in aviation.
You're
dismissing me ad hominem rather than hearing what I have to say.
No, we're not ad hominem. No, nothing's an ad hom. Brother.
Listen, one second. Flying, okay, dude. If you're hovering in a hot air balloon, the Earth is...
So I don't get to go into it. You want to go to an example.
Listen, all you're going to say...
He's going to start melting.
I'll give it to you. Gravity, great. So you acknowledged... You use gravity. You're assuming that the Earth is curving around the ball. On a flat Earth, it's the same thing. Not exclusive to a ball. When you're flying in your hot air balloon, if you're hovering in the same spot, the Earth does not rotate under you. So there's no Coriolis, there's no curve adjustment. You fly like the Earth is flat and stationary, even in your balloon. And if you disagree with that, you have to tell me how much curvature you're adjusting for. But that doesn't happen. So I'll give it to you. Fine, gravity. Yep, welcome to flat Earth. Same thing on a flat Earth.
Okay, so guys, please hear me out, and if you disagree, then tell me how, because I want to understand.
Brother,
let's hear him out. Look,
all right.
I really appreciate that, Angels. Seriously, thank you.
Just hear him out, and then it's just going to be what I just said. It's okay.
Look, I am trying. I've told you before when you brought up the example in the balloon, I am at the bay of the winds, and there are so many accelerating forces involved. How could I possibly mathematically account for that? It's not.
You don't do it.
Okay, can I please discuss what I want to ask you
hold on.
about?
Let me help you with this. Let me help you with this, bro, because you speak at like turtle speed, and it's very frustrating.
Dude, because I'm trying to say what I have to say, and you're just swearing at me instead.
Dude, just say what the fuck you need to say, and bringing up wind doesn't make the Earth a ball.
Ply and Brian, you're not really the type of pilot we need. You fly balloons. You don't understand IFR. You don't even really understand the attitude indicator because I don't think you've ever used one in your life.
I have used one.
Are you an actual
you
pilot?
are making assumptions, just like you said
I
you
don't want to
wouldn't.
assume. I want to ask you a direct question. Do you have a pilot's license right now? Can you get in a Cessna 172 and fly it right now?
No.
Unassisted, then you're not a real pilot. Now stop it.
Okay.
Get him
so
out of here, bro.
once
Just
again,
get rid of this guy,
this
please.
is
I'm not even like I can't.
He just admitted he's not a pilot.
no. I
not what
am
we're
a
talking
pilot.
about. You're
and the
not an
reason-
airplane
You're not a
pilot.
pilot.
You're not a fixed wing or rotary pilot, correct?
No.
You at least give us that.
He said originally that like, oh well, the term pilot comes from the first person to ever fly a balloon.
He came up saying he was a pilot, so I began to move in on talk shop, only to find out he doesn't know a darn thing about fixed wing or rotary aircraft flight, zero. And brother, you don't even know what you're talking about. And we gave you gravity and destroyed
you are
your
making
argument.
assumptions.
Listen,
You are making assumptions as if I haven't had lessons in 4 different types of aircraft.
Okay, but you said you don't have the license. Go ahead, Angels.
So when you flew the aircraft, did you adjust the curvature earth rotation?
No, I've already conceded your point that the aircraft behaves
Welcome
the
to
same in
Flat
both models.
Earth. It's
and
over.
I'm not
It's
trying
over.
to disprove. I'm trying to ask a question. I've been trying to ask a question.
All right, so thank you.
Then
Okay.
just ask your question, bro.
Ask it, brother. We don't need a 2-hour
Dude, I haven't been able
explanation.
to. Could you guys let me ask it? Thank you. So
Do
what
it.
I'm asking is how, if at the cruising altitude of the example you use, Tron, at there's the high pitch as they're increasing speed after launch, that makes sense in terms of having to increase the speed to get the lift to be able to get to the higher altitudes because it's compounding as you gain speed and gain altitude. So what I'm asking is
sounds like ChatGPT, but go ahead.
I'm literally look, I don't know how I can be more
coming
plainly
out of your
talking.
awesome knowledge of aviation. Continue.
You want me to have a video? Can I turn on my video and show you that I'm not looking at anything?
I don't want you to do that. No,
because you don't believe me.
Okay,
my point is,
go ahead, complete it. Complete your thought, please, dear God.
Yeah, just don't, guys. Just let him go. And then
if it's a balance of opposite forces, when you're at the cruising altitude and the max speed during that flight, what is the opposing force for, like you said, the altitude to be maintaining level?
Okay, flying. Real quick, right?
That doesn't help you, sir. That's not helping you.
I didn't say it would help me. I said I'm honestly asking because it contributes to my globe understanding. And if there's something that I'm misunderstanding, I'm asking honestly.
The attitude indicator has already destroyed your argument. It's already over. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Real quick. So gravity is not selective in your paradigm. Gravity would have to pull the nose more than anything else to go wrap around the ball. Sorry. So watch this. I'm going to fly around the ball. I'm not going to do anything but move forward. Gravity would have to pull that nose down more than anything else and be selective. And your belief
it's not
in gravity,
pulling the nose, it's pulling the whole thing.
Stop. If it was pulling the whole thing, it would just go down, right?
Downward consistently.
Okay, thank you. So if it doesn't want to go down and the nose needs to be pulled down, would gravity pull the nose down?
No, like I said, it would pull the whole thing down.
The whole thing. All right. So we pull the whole thing down like this. Is it still in upwards orientation?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So is that how the plane flies?
Didn't Tron say 1 to 2 degrees?
Right, 1 to 2 degrees up. Right. It's always up. It
could be 3 or 4 degrees depending on the pilot.
Gravity's not selective. Listen, gravity's not selective, and it's going to stay in that upwards orientation. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we move here.
It's trimmed. The aviation term is it's trimmed to that pitch.
So now we've moved here. Did the ground beneath the plane move down and away?
That's a higher trim. That's a different question.
Oh my God. Have a nice day.
Come flying, Brian. Look, brother, you're not a real pilot. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I wanted to
I'm
drop
sorry,
him,
brother.
I wanted to drop him like 10 minutes ago.
But here's the thing. He came up and invoked. He said, I'm a pilot. I'm like, oh, this guy knows stuff. He didn't know nothing because he's not an actual fixed wing or rotary pilot.
Tell me you want the Earth to be a ball so bad without telling me. Like, fuck me. Holy moly.
Yeah,
And
when
that
you
guy,
start
listen,
smoking wind, like
that's not he's not the only balloon guy. There's another balloon guy. This is their latest tactic. We'll bring balloon pilots up. Who was the guy that was trying to turn his camera on in the freaking balloon? Was that the guy?
Yeah, that's the same guy. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the latest thing. Hey, they destroy all the regular pilots. Let's bring a balloon one up. It's not helping you guys.
I met him on another live. No, it's not. That's not what he's doing. But I know he's not from another live. And anyway, it's just like.
Okay.
I truthfully
At some
think it's he wants to have the badge of a pilot so badly that he that's why he tells the story about like where the word pilot came from.
But the thing is,
He
I
wants
was
to
going to
be
give
one.
him, I was going to give him the badge, but he doesn't even know anything, and he conceded as soon as he said the attitude indicator tells the pilot what the orientation is of the aircraft in real time. It's game over, guys. He did what they all do. They invoke gravity. Great. Gravity makes the plane change orientation. Why doesn't it show? And he never would answer that.
Gravity pulls the plane evenly, but the nose is going down more.
He dish galloped. I said, why doesn't it show on the actual screen, the artificial horizon, that gravity's forcing the aircraft to change its orientation? We never got an answer, did we? Because there is no answer. There's one answer. It's not happening. Welcome to Flat Earth.
He did concede the two main points, which are that the attitude indicator means rigidity in space. He conceded that, and he conceded.
Well, actually, no, he didn't. He didn't even know what that was.
He didn't even know what it was, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, I know, but he was cordial, and we were a bit too at the throat of the poor man. Like the most salient point, obviously, in this is the gravity death ray, which gives me the shits. And Angels addresses the gravity death ray very effectively by saying, does it work on center of mass? Of course it does. So it's not going to affect specifically the nose and pull it down. That is always the most salient point with these idiots, because they'll naysay certain things, but when you get to the fact that the nose is not going to be pulled down by a force which acts on center of mass, that's really it. And when he did that, I think it was the most effective. But I think we're a wee bit harsh on the man. Yeah, to say that you're a pilot when you're in a balloon, I think that's a bit farcical. Yes, I agree. But he did make two concessions.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, he's treating it flat and stationary whether he likes it or not. So he can believe it.
Well, we know that. The whole idea that it's not being treated as flat and stationary is just fucking stupid. There's no doubt about it.
Gravity, refraction.
I think he's trolling. I really believe that, Jeff. I think he tries to pretend like he's being serious and genuine.
Yeah.
I don't think he was.
I thought he was decent.
He's got a lot of cognitive dissonance. He agreed it doesn't, it's the same thing on a flat Earth. So, but you've got to bend over backwards and try and explain how it's the same. You want to bend over backwards, make yourself into a pretzel, and tell me how it works on a curving ball, but it's actually flying straight. So.
Oh, yeah, look, as I said, the gravity death ray, the biggest, dumbest piece of shit that I've ever heard. If the gravity death ray waits till you're at 30 or 35 or 50,000 feet to take effect, why the fuck didn't it take effect when you're on the ground and stop you from getting up in the first instance, right? So,
well, let me offer an olive branch to the guy if we were a little bit too hard. My frustration started when I said, hey, if you're invoking gravity and gravity's making the aircraft change its orientation, why doesn't it show on the artificial horizon and the attitude indicator? We didn't get an answer because the answer means the conversation's over.
Yeah, and of course it immediately shows. There's no
exactly.
doubt.
And then so because he's smart enough to know, I just trapped him like I trap every freaking pilot I ever talked to. Even old JT, and he weaseled his way out of it, but we still flat smacked his blind butt anyway. They got to be honest with what they have. There has to be a degree of honesty, and I sense dishonesty I'm an open and honest person when I'm talking. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to hide, and it irritates me when people know they've been trapped, and instead of saying you make a good point, they pretend like you just didn't talk with him for 5 straight minutes, and then they want to go to another angle, and I'm like, I don't let it happen. I think you don't let it happen either, Angel. So if I was a little too harsh on him,
Well,
I apologize, but
I think we were interrupting way too much.
maybe so.
I really concur with that. I think that he was good. Look, there are a lot of anti-flat earthers that I wouldn't piss on if they're on fire. Let's agree on that. I had actually a really good conversation yesterday with Cosmica, and he was very cordial. Like I was quite surprised, you know. And he made concessions as a result of that. He made significant concessions. At least this bloke made 2 concessions, which was that, you know, we do fly straight over a plane, and the attitude indicator basically maintains rigidity in space as a reference, so that you've got a reference to ground. He did make those 2 concessions.
He didn't make the second one. He didn't know what rigidity in space was to make the concession. He didn't know what that was.
He didn't. So it's a little bit. Well, that would be on us. We thought that he maybe had more knowledge about flight than he had. So that's why I was asking him. Someone said I was appealing to credentials. I said, no, I wanted to ask what his level was.
Yeah.
And with all due respect to the guy, he wasn't at the level that I thought that he was to talk the things that I was talking about. So I apologize to you, Fly, and I thought you knew a little bit more than what you did. So my apologies to you, bro.
Fly, and if you want to come up for like 1 minute, I can address you very quickly on that.
Bring him back up. Like I said, I thought he knew more than what he did, and I apologize.
So, Fly, and I heard what you said, and you know, obviously, we can't take something and isolate itself. There are multiple factors that are in effect, in the dynamic system that we're in. Every time we go up a meter, we have about 100 volts increase up to the ionosphere, which is about 400,000 volts. So we're in a significantly charged environment. We have temperatures. We have all these kinds of things, okay? So it is a dynamic thing. But the reality is that we fly straight and level. The attitude indicator is a reference to allow us to reference our position relative to the ground. And it does that quite effectively, and it does respond immediately when you differentiate that rigidity in space, right? And yes. As far as this, I take the piss a little bit. I call it the gravity death ray, because I think it's the most daft thing that I've ever heard, right? So the gravity death ray basically says that when you get to a certain level, this is the way I put it, just for dramatic effect. This big pole, like this big piece of metal, punches up in through the fuselage under the belly of the plane, attaches itself to the very epicenter of the Earth, and rotates you around perfectly. I mean, it's just silly. And as was said by Angels, that's the most salient point, is that even if you have this gravity death ray, it's going to affect the center of mass. It's not going to specify the nose, right?
Well, that's
being smaller.
I understood that, and like when I'm responding with how I see it, it's not to disprove, it's to give my honest understanding to talk about it. So what I was saying is, like, if you're counteracting the force, then like it's pulling the whole thing down. And if you were holding straight, like perfectly level, not the 1 to 2 degrees up, then you would continue getting closer and closer to the surface. That's why I'm saying that the force is acting consistently as you continue to move. And that's me describing my understanding, not giving a disproof. I'm just asking about this stuff honestly.
Well, fair enough.
Of course, when you have the 2 degrees nose up, that creates lift. So that creates the air turbulence under the belly, creates the lift. So as was said before, if you were completely straight, you would porpoise. It would be somewhat chaotic, if you will. So you need to move that nose up.
So
I understand where Flynn's coming from. I understand where you're coming from. Flynn, let me ask you a very simple question. How can you fly? How can a pilot get level flying around a sphere?
It's all relative to your altitude. It's like AGL versus MSL.
How can they stay level flying over a sphere?
I mean, by balancing the forces. Like, so if it's a plane, you'd have to balance the forces between the downward forces and the upward, and that means having a pitch that maintains that.
But we have to get back to the attitude indicator now. So you see, this is why I kept going back to it. And with all due respect, he kind of wanted to sidestep it, but the attitude indicator would reflect any orientation change, even if it was a little bit. So gravity, are you trying to invoke gravity's making the plane change its orientation and at the same time
not orientation. The orientation stays the same, but because of what Jeffrey was saying about center of mass, it affects its motion. That's the difference. What I was saying, and I understand Angel's point about the nose.
Right, but motion is not the same as orientation.
No, but if the motion is being affected by the other force, that's where the orientation comes into play. I'm just based on my understanding.
Then why even have an attitude indicator? Why even have one?
The sum total here is that gravity would need to hold you at your height around a sphere, and it would need to pull your nose down simultaneously. So it would have to do two things simultaneously.
That's where I don't agree about the nose thing. That's what I'm saying is like you're using the nose to counteract the force.
We're flying. Where did you get your information from? Who taught you that?
Okay, so here before I go into any more about the attitude thing, I want to say a little bit about my experience aside from balloons, so that no one's making assumptions. Okay, I have had lessons in a Cessna 172B. I've had lessons in a helicopter. I've had lessons in a glider. Like I've had lessons in a paraglider. I'm getting my paraglider certification this year. Like this is the breadth of my experience. And though I don't have the certifications, I do plan on being fixed wing. I do plan on, if I can ever afford it, being a helicopter pilot. Like those are dreams of mine, but I don't have zero experience. Like I've used these instruments actually flying. So
okay, so then you know how the attitude indicator works. So you've been in a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
So was it a small helicopter, like a utility helicopter? It must be if you're learning how to fly.
No, it was I'm really sorry that I forget the model. It was a former Coast Guard helicopter. I was part of the
I know the helicopter well. So
yeah.
So you take the stick, right? And you can nose down. When you nose down the stick, it's going to reflect immediately on the same attitude indicator, correct?
I mean, yeah.
Now you do know helicopters can ascend nose down, right?
Yes.
And then they can also land nose down, nose up, or level, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, how do you know all that's happening?
With the like what you're saying, with the attitude.
Thank you. Now we're getting somewhere. So even with a helicopter, if you're flying in a helicopter, okay, I know a lot about helicopters since I've worked with them for 15 years of my life. Okay, the principles are exactly the same. The AI, the attitude indicator, does the exact same thing as it does in a fixed wing. Same thing.
I hear you. And to your point, Tron, because I want you to feel heard about like.
Oh, I'm heard, brother. Don't worry, I'm heard.
I mean by me.
Oh,
okay.
Right, man.
So to your point about like the sidestepping with gravity, that wasn't my intention, but I feel like it was the same thing of what Angels was saying of like, if it's not exclusive evidence, like that's what I was saying is like, based on my understanding, it's not exclusive to flat Earth, how I'm describing the gravitational forces involved.
Wait 1 second. If you agreed with us just now that aviation treats the Earth as flat and stationary, that is an exclusive evidence to a flat and stationary Earth.
In the local context. That's how I would characterize that.
You agreed with us that aviation treats the Earth as flat and stationary, which is exclusive evidence for a flat and stationary Earth.
I don't think that's a fair description.
Well, let me give him the truth. Flying Brian, did you know in the FAA manual it says the following? For the purposes of navigation, the Earth is considered a plane. You know, that would be flat and level. Are you familiar with the CAA?
Which FAR is that, and what is the CAA?
Hold on. The CAA came before the FAA. The FAA it was different. The CAA was the Civil Aeronautic Administration, which came before the FAA. They said something very similar. They said for the purposes of air navigation, the Earth is considered flat and non-rotating. Okay, so we keep talking about adjusting for curvature. We haven't even got into the adjusting for the different spins of the Earth, which further destroys any heliocentric globe information. Why? Did you know that the United States Navy has their air navigation manual? Okay, it says the following right here. I'm looking at it right here. The Earth can be assumed flat and non-rotating for flight and calculations. That is a nail in the coffin for anything that's heliocentric.
So flying.
That would include TOD, so top of descent.
No, flying. You agreed with us earlier that aviation treats the Earth as flat and stationary. You agreed with us. That is exclusive evidence for flat Earth. That's not moving.
I mean, that's like me saying that a bunch of people agree that it's a globe, and you agree.
No, listen. All of aviation treats the Earth as flat and stationary. Yes.
In the local context, this is like in physics. This is like in physics when you assume that there's non-discrete forces.
So all of aviation treating the Earth flat and stationary is an exclusive evidence for the Earth being flat and stationary.
I don't think that is fair. I've already answered.
Well, let me try one more, Angel. Let me try with him one more time. I got one thing to say. There's one thing to say. Okay, he can hear in the chat. So if why don't these same manuals with the FAA, the CAA, and the Navy? It's also the Air Force. Why don't they tell the pilots to assume a globe that's spinning?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All of aviation, you just agreed, treats the Earth flat and stationary, and that's not an exclusive evidence for flat and stationary Earth. Okay, have a nice day, buddy.
And we have to use logic.
RP 1207, released in 1988 by NASA, assume a flat and non-rotating stationary Earth. It says it clearly, and that's a NASA document. Thank you very much for coming. Now, if the gravity death ray is going to take effect when you're in the air, why didn't it take effect when you're on the ground? Like, come on, this is just silly now.
And really. And also, why would they want people to assume something that's not reality? Guys, we have to use
gravity.
Because here's the thing.
Gravity.
Engineers that build airplanes and aircraft and all that, they build them to work. We got to use a little logic here. They build them to work for real, in the real world, not the theoretic world. If the real world is supposed to be a spinning ball, well, don't you think that they ought to build aircraft to function on that? See, it's not logical.
Well, listen, bud, if you can't agree, if you can't be intellectually honest enough you agreed intellectually, honestly enough to say that all aviation treats the Earth flat and stationary, if you can't say that, then that's an exclusive evidence for the Earth being flat and stationary, then I don't know what to tell you. But
Brian,
wait, are you telling me that all of aviation treating Earth flat and stationary is an exclusive evidence to a ball?
Flying Brian, the next time you take flying lessons for your airplane, why don't you ask the pilot to teach you how to fly over a globe and then duck as his hand starts heading for your face? He's not going to want you to crash. They're going to teach you to fly in the real world of flight. The real world of flight is straight. It's going to be flat and stationary Earth, brother, just like the planes were designed to work on. Anyway, you want to drop me, Angels? I got to go, brother. Just drop me, man. Thanks for letting me bitch a little bit.
Before you go, have you seen that cartoon where the bloke goes, I forgot to adjust for curvature, and he smashes into the ground?
Apparently, that's actually happened in real life. Some guy did treat it like it's a globe and he crashed. Of course he would. If you're taking into account curvature that's not there, you'll fall out of the sky constantly.
That's a good one. It cracked me up. The gravity death ray, I can't believe how much it gets flogged to death. I really can't believe it. How did I get up in the first place? Why is it so sneaky that it waits until I'm up in the air? And then it waits that I'm at a certain point when I've leveled out. Like, honestly.
Anyway, I think I will end the live, guys. I think that's about it for me. So it's getting pretty late.
Good night, man.
Are you from Australia? Are you in Australia?
Me?
Yeah.
You've already asked me this. I'm in Queensland.
Oh, okay. I just wonder. I don't know. I could be in America or something. I don't know.
No, yeah. No, Australia. Yep. All right. Cheers, man.
See you, guys.